starts coming from the town, and you get sort of through the grapevine. You won't really understand. You already really know. But anyway, so when you last left off, it was in the town of Vicodin, and you just arrived and had given a note to a lady whose name is blanking on me now. And and you've decided to stay at the Crossed Swords. It was Mara Dunham, wasn't it? Yes, it was. And you're staying now at the Crossed Swords. But you have your night, and then you can either decide to head off the next day, or you can decide to do something around the town of Vicodin. You did hear a rumor of a lady called Kathy, an old lady called Kathy, who's a farmer, who had some strange stuff going on her farm. But that's all you really heard from the town. But yeah, so as the sort of night approaches and you're starting to get quite exhausted and tired, just go to your rooms and go to sleep. You're all sort of piling in on the same in the same room because it was the only one that was available.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I can just sit in the corner. Not creepy at all.
Power down.
Okay, so yes, you drift off to sleep and awake the next day. And the town, everyone's going back down to their normal business. Carts streaming down the roads and people setting out the market outside. People taking water from the lake to their houses. And you hear the sort of bustling of energy of a whole town's worth of people getting up and doing their daily chores. So it is now, the date is the 20th day of spring. So, what would you guys like to do?
I'd like to go investigate the work that was we were told about previously. See if we can try and get some money finally.
Yes, the barmaid did tell you that she would most likely pay you if you sorted her out, but she didn't actually mention exactly what old Kathy wanted. But she did mention that old Kathy lives just by the lake around here. By just across the river in Frizenta.
Oh. Okay.
So over here. Yeah?
Yeah.
So go for a bit of a walk?
Yeah.
Where's Clive?
You can bring Clive with you, of course. Clive is just sort of hitched to a post outside. He's got some food and water. Wakes up when he sees you and is ready to go.
Hello, boy.
I don't think he understands you, friend.
He does. Oh, Jesus!
Oh, we've really got our money's worth.
Demon!
No, that didn't happen. That was
Recon.
that was the third
Fourth wall
moment. Fourth wall. That was it. Third. How many walls does she have? Okay, so you get Clive ready for the for the little travel. It's not very far at all. It's only a couple of miles. But you make your way out of the main body of the city, underneath the shadow of Fort Bastilla, the sort of large stone fort which you went to yesterday. And you pass the temple, which is a sort of fairly large circular structure made out of sort of white painted limestone, it seems, in a sort of arch on the top. And you see a few people going in and praying. But it doesn't seem particularly wealthy as temples go. Sometimes you see, these massive cathedrals and stuff that the Inquisition like to erect around the place. But it sort of seems more down to earth, and the people around it seem to be more to be more earthly rather than the high horses of the Inquisition. And you come into the sort of area of Vicodin which is a bit poorer, just on the lakeside. It's almost like the people who live here are the people who do the majority of the work, the artisans, the fishermen, that sort of thing. So coming through these streets and heading to the sort of the small little town of Frizenta, you make your way into the main body, but again, you don't know where Kathy exactly is.
We probably
Does
should
anyone
have
ask?
Yeah, we definitely should have asked what she looked like.
What did we hear about her? She said she owned a farm.
Yeah, she owned a farm across the river somewhere. Is what you knew. You can look for her if you want, or you can ask somebody who's down to you.
Is there anyone walking around?
Yeah, there's a couple of people, mostly people going down to the shores. Sort of, the Lake Fica is quite a large, sandy lake that, for the most part, you know, it's not particularly hot right now. You've just come out of winter, so it is quite chilly. But you see a couple of fishing boats preparing to go out onto the lake to hopefully catch some salmon. Is the local delicacy around here.
Cool. I'm gonna go and ask one of the fishermen people, fisher people, if they know who Kathy is.
Fish, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you see this like sort of older farmer, maybe about 40 or 50. Who's like packing his fishing rods into the boat with his sort of younger son, and he turns to you and says, "Hey, how can I help you?"
Hi, I was wondering if you know someone called Kathy. She has a farm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Not anything weird. Just looking.
Righto. Yeah, old Kathy lives just across the river. If you follow the path down. She'll just be on the left, about a mile away.
Okay, great. Cheers.
Yeah, no problem. So, following his instructions, you take this sort of short. It's quite a. The bridge is not particularly well built. It's sort of built by the fishermen just so they don't have to go all the way around the lake to get to the other side. But you manage to get across without scaring yourself too much, and the cart with Clive manages to just about creak across. It's not exactly designed for carts to go across, but people do. Yeah, they use it for that. And just across up the road is this sort of quite old sort of house. Shall I get rid of Ritok? And you see a couple of cows. I'll just do this here.
Oh, it took me a while to realize what they were.
They're like giant cow monsters.
Dun, 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 dun.
I thought it was like a little wizard, and like on the patch of hair it looked like a mouth with wings. Like the white was his hair with a little sad.
Actually, I tell you what, the actual top of the cow looks like Soldier 76's forehead, like with his little hair. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of weird, isn't it? Anyway, that's what I noticed when I was preparing this. It's sort of strange. It's almost like they just put him in there. So anyway, you see this sort of old lady with a crossbow in her hand, fully loaded, sat on the porch just outside her house, like rocking backwards and forwards. And as you approach, she looks up. She seems quite blind, and she says, "Yes, hello, who's there?"
Hi, I'm Moana. And we were sent here from that barmaid lady. Oh God, Vondel, what's her name?
Asking him.
Over to you, Scrimshaw. What was the name?
Mara Dunham.
Okay, she's called Mara.
Actually, that wasn't the name of the Charlie. That was the name of the other person.
We're not very good at this whole talking to people thing.
She said that she
Gideon, you got a good memory.
Had a job for us. You would.
Yeah.
So, a barmaid told us that you were having some trouble to do with your fields. We didn't get a lot of detail. Hoping you could flesh us out. Maybe we could help.
She says, "You're not one of those raiders come and take another one of my cows, are you?"
No.
But there's raiders coming to take your cows. That's a pretty serious issue. Has that happened to you?
2 in 2 days.
Did they come in the day? Just take them like that, or they just gone missing?
Like what? I can't see.
Oh, so you came out and they were missing then?
Well, I heard a sound. Like it was during the night. I hear a sound, and they're gone.
How many cows should you have?
6, I think.
There's only 4 out here.
Yeah, well, I know that. That's why I'm out here with a crossbow. I can hear them ringing.
How do you know that there's only 4 if you can't see them?
Well, they've got cowbells on them, so they can hear.
Would you like us to help you with your raider problem?
I mean, yes. I don't have much money, but I can give you all I have, which is about 50 gold.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
That's less than my cows are worth, but you know, I'd rather have a cow.
Or you
Okay.
could give us a cow.
Um,
Then I'll have two
but
cows, and I'll just give another one away to save the
excuse
rest.
us one moment. Excuse us one moment. I'm just going to kind of turn back to hello.
Oh.
Lorna, why do you want a cow?
Just so it could help us pull the car.
You,
Yeah.
Matthew.
You could ride on it. I don't know.
cows are slow. We
Oh.
have a horse.
Oh, I
What-
don't know.
You don't need a
I just-
cow.
I
It's
was
not
just
trained for
trying.
riding.
I
We'd have to
heard it's
train
just
it.
about
We'd have to
Just like
feed
butter.
it.
I was
We'd
just
have
like
to
butter
milk
it.
Yeah, they literally
I don't
eat
know, I
like
don't know.
cows.
I just wanted to try. All right.
Okay.
Someone else
okay.
do the talking.
Okay.
So you say they come at night.
They seem to. I've been woken up a couple of times. There's sort of like a weird sort of scratching outside, and then when I go out and check, it's gone. But
Can you
I don't know.
tell us? Have you found anything around here, like where they've been taken from?
She
is-
shakes her head. She can't see very well at all, so like she hasn't been able to sort of.
Sorry. What direction did they go off in?
She doesn't know. Like I don't know. I just come out and they're gone.
Well,
Like just like that. They just disappear.
Do you know where the noise came from?
Maybe you should get a bigger fence.
I don't know. I mean, closest around the field, really. Like this
Okay.
field here.
Maybe we should go. Maybe we should take a look around, see if there's any weird signs of what might have taken them, or sorry, who might have taken them, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay.
Okay. Yes, no problem. I'll just be here if you need me.
Okay.
Okay,
Nice to
so-
meet you, Kathy.
Doesn't respond.
Anyone got any ideas how we're going to start this?
Well, I mean, a cow's pretty hefty to move away.
Yes.
I can't
Follow
see
the
anyone
tracks,
just. Yeah, I can't see anyone just grabbing a cow and
Hoisting it over
Quickly.
their shoulder.
yeah. There's got to be some signs of something. It might be hard to find amongst a field where they run around all day anyway, but we could at least have a look. See
To
if
me,
there's-
this sounds a bit weird to me. I might try and spend a little while trying to see if there's any magic in the area.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
make
You
a
do that while we
if
make-
you
You
want
do
to just
that
make
while we have
Can
a
I
look
do the
around.
ritual?
investigation check first for everyone. If you
Can
want.
I not just do a ritual?
Oh yeah, you do your magic ritual. Everyone else can do an investigation. An investigation check around the sort of area.
I don't mind chilling for 10 minutes if that's what you say.
Yeah, I figure
That's the time.
you're investigating while you.
Ah! Yeah!
Okay, Mona, with your natural 20, and Scrimshaw still has higher than you. He's 19. Okay, so yeah, you and Scrimshaw sort of are drawn towards the field, and you notice in this sort of pristinely kept allotment, even though Kathy is blind, she knows her way around a sort of a garden, and occasionally there's little parts where she's sort of tilled the field. But the field seems to have quite large, almost like molehills in it.
How large are we talking?
Maybe like a meter across.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think maybe they were pulled underground.
What? Wait. A meter across? Oh, that doesn't seem like that would happen.
Guys, what are you looking at? Do I need to carry on doing this, or can I?
Yeah, you just carry on.
When you're done, just when you're done, come over. Can't you keep doing that while you?
I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't
I
know.
think you can keep. Out.
You just have to maintain concentration, I think, whilst you're doing a ritual.
Yeah.
So you can't like do a ritual and fight. I don't think you can cast other spells as well whilst you're doing it.
Alright. You can hold my hand so I don't get lost. Like, concentrate.
Yeah, so well, it's like a sort of a meter across, but you see like the molehill's about a meter across, and then there's sort of like areas of disturbed land, maybe up to 2 meters away from it. Like a sort of meter radius as away from the molehill.
Can I? Does it look like you can get in there?
Well, not really, not unless you start digging it up. Right?
I'm gonna take my quarterstaff and like jam it into the molehill.
Can I?
If there's a hole underneath it.
Sure, hang on. Yeah. What are you gonna say, Scrimshaw?
So I could summon a packed weapon.
Yeah.
Can that packed weapon be a spade?
No, because you have to be attuned to it. I think.
I can just summon it as an action. It can take any form. Well, it's like any weapon.
Yeah. I'll say no.
Maybe just a very flat-bladed greatsword of some kind. So it's like easier to push off, not a purpose-built tool, but.
So I thought the packed weapon had to be just one type of weapon.
So the hex weapon is the one that you like touch and make your thing.
Okay, right.
The packed weapon you just summon as an action.
I see. Okay. Well, you can summon a sort of flat, sort of two-handed sword or something. All right. So Mona, your quarterstaff.
Yeah.
You sort of start jamming it in, and you notice that like the ground is quite well, sort of almost like blitzed up, as such.
Yeah.
Like something's been digging here.
You should try and move the dirt off the top.
Okay, yeah, you sort of do that, and Scrimshaw helps you with that. If you do, just do another investigation check with advantage.
I'll use like a halberd. That'll probably be better. Another investigation, you said.
Oh, okay. I didn't do so well. You sort of, again, you're sort of just taking the thing off, but you begin, as you're like scraping the dirt off, you begin to. You got terrible as well. All right.
We both rolled that one.
You just start feeling rumbling under your feet as you're disturbing this thing. Like it starts going.
As that happens, I'm gonna switch the thing into a greatsword.
I don't think it's bandits.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
roll
ready
initiative.
I'm gonna ready my stuff as I hear.
Click on the token. Oh, have you got the
token?
Okay, now do it.
Sorry, I was muted. Because I was Ian. I've also ready the spell. I said it when Joanne did, but obviously you can.
Okay, so right. Have you rolled initiative?
No, I have not.
There's always one.
A 0.
There's always one with a 0 initiative. Okay, Mona, what do you want to do? You begin feeling this getting louder and louder and closer and closer towards you.
Where is it coming from?
There's one right under your feet from now, but you can do a perception check if you want to discover where else.
Yes. Sorry. Oh.
Okay. No.
Okay, if there's one right under my feet, then I'm just gonna.
There's more like here. Do you see that here?
Just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna move out the way a little bit. I've readied my quarterstaff, two-handed, and I don't feel like I can do anything else. So.
You're ready to attack, have you?
Yeah.
Okay. For sure.
Okay, I'm gonna just kind of shout to Gideon, like, get back, and then I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis.
Gideon's like,
and move over here.
Okay.
That's where it is.
Okay, so Scrimshaw and Morna make dexterity saving throws. As bursting out of the ground are 3 sort of insect-like creatures. They shoot out of the ground just and try and grab you with their claws as they jump out. So you you're going to take to 8 damage each for failing those saves. Not you, Gideon.
Why's that?
You're not in where he came out.
Okay.
Shouldn't have moved back.
Okay, and that's that. So now you go here and you go here. And then this one's going to attack Scrimshaw, this one's going to attack Morna, and this one's going to attack... let's just flip a coin.
Can I use my reaction to hit them? when they attack.
Okay, it's going to attack Vondel. What's that?
How it works?
Yeah,
Can I
you can use your action to attack. So if you've readied actions, you can do it. Right, and so I'm just about to roll the attacks. Okay, so this is so Scrimshaw is 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Morna 19 to hit.
Yeah.
And
Hits.
Vondel 23 to hit.
Oh my god. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So Scrimshaw, you take 12 damage.
Okay, and it takes 10 cold damage.
Okay, 10 cold damage.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, and Morna, you take 12 damage, and then Vondel, you take 14.
Okay.
I don't have any HP.
Okay, and now make your ready to attacks, Morna and Scrimshaw.
Woo!
I did not ready attack. I did. I'm a
Oh, yeah, but it hasn't been your turn, Gideon, so you can't ready it.
Oh my god!
That's fine.
Yeah, okay, that misses.
What's a hit?
Rolling not great, really. Okay, Vondel, seeing this like large insectoid creature burst out of the ground and attack Morna and Scrimshaw, it turns to you and has gone for you, bitten you. You sort of feel this sort of like insecty, like acid sort of goo start to seep into your armor as it's sort of wrestling with you. What do you do?
Is that poison type of thing, or is it?
It sort of just seems like acid at the moment, but like it hasn't really got you properly yet.
I'll probably hit it back in retaliation for that. So.
Okay, hang on, sorry. I've closed the character sheet for some reason. That just hits, yep.
Okie dokie. Let's hit that, and I'm gonna hit him with a divine smite as well.
Okay.
So he's gonna be smited. That's radiant damage. So don't.
Let's get smoked. Okay.
So 9 slashing and it's 2d8. 50.
Bloody hell. Fucking hell. So
24 damage.
I'm sort of parrying his attacks. You step back and sort of call the radiance of your chosen sort of divine favor and just stab him right in the face. He's not dead yet, but he sort of goes and sort of just like struggles a bit with your. He seems quite injured after you've just like smacked him in the face with this thing. Yeah, that's good. That was a lot of damage. Holy shit.
Okay.
Gideon.
Do we notice Kathy doing anything?
Actually, yeah, she's gonna fire off already to attack just in the general direction. We'll
God.
see.
He's gonna hit you. You watch.
I'm just gonna do how many people are here? There's 5. So well, for the 4 of you, right? So I'll say D6. If it's 5 or 6, it hits them, and then it's gonna attack one of you if it misses.
They're a lot bigger than us.
Yeah, they're way bigger.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just gonna sort of fire in this general direction. She's just not gonna miss. She's gonna miss. So.
Yeah.
He's gonna hit a cow.
She's blind. She's firing it. Like she hears this like melee breakout. She just fires at it.
I'm gonna shout, "Stop helping!"
Stop helping,
Darling, that's not very helpful.
Oh yeah. So Gideon, it's your turn. Sorry.
Gideon.
Yeah, you there, Matt? Is he muted?
No, he's gone.
Sorry, I was muted. I was talking. I'm sorry. My ready to spell invisibility just to get out of dodge and then engage.
Why didn't you just dodge?
You realize if you go invisible, they'll still get attacks on you, but they'll just have disadvantage.
You
Okay.
can just take the dodge action. No.
Yeah, okay.
Can you do
Disengage.
that?
You can disengage.
Well, I've already ready to spell, haven't I? So.
Well, but you can sort of like because you were preparing your arcane your thingy spell, but like you can always just drop that and cast another spell on your turn.
Okay.
So but you can disengage as well. It's down to you.
I mean, if you've readied it, then it's you lose that spell slot anyway.
Would Gideon have noticed the one behind him is quite bloodied?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, so it's down to you what you want to do on your turn.
used to the invisibility, then that's fine. After seeing Vondel smash the living daylight out of the fella above.
So have you gone invisible?
No, well, I readied it, right? I haven't done it.
So Yeah, but you haven't had a turn yet. This is your first turn in the fight. When did you ready it?
When did I ready it?
Yeah.
All the way back, I said.
No, because you that was before initiative was called. So like, and you were thinking the other magic back then. So like, let's just say you don't lose that spell slot because.
I'm very confused.
Yeah, because like just saying I ready this, the initiative was called, and then you came last in the initiative. So that's actually when you would ready it now. So like that's when you said I'm going to ready ready the spell is actually this is now, right? So you can choose whether to do that or not.
Okay.
So you can either go invisible now if you want, or you could do something else, disengage or whatever. You don't lose the spell slot.
I'll do something else.
Okay.
I'll fire at the fella above.
With what?
Level 2 magic missile.
Okay, right.
So
Four of those.
yeah. Oh, no.
2. Minimum damage so far? Okay. It's fine.
Hey.
Okay, so that's 12. Doesn't quite kill the monster, but the monster sort of takes the brunt of your like, and it sort of steps back with one of its like sort of bloodied, goopy legs with like green acidic sort of blood coming out, and it sort of turns towards you like Morna.
Oh god, I'm not sure. I'm been looking for. I got 10 HP again.
Whew.
Run to me.
Yeah, I think I might just have to do that.
Get behind me!
Bonus action, disengage, probably. So the. Yeah, I'm gonna make an attack. Bonus action, disengage. Use me.
Quickly, drink some milk from the cow and heal.
That's if
Suck all the
you're
teeth.
poisoned.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
I forgot.
It's only if you have bonitis.
I forgot cows have.
7.
So is it this one, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. I'm gonna spend a key point to disengage.
Okay.
2,
Yeah. Where do you want to go?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna go here.
That was a very inefficient way of doing
But
that.
path to the slightly different way.
Yeah,
so you don't
yeah.
take an
I was
opportunity
like,
attack.
that is a ridiculously inefficient way of doing that.
Why is that? Oh no, I wouldn't have taken opportunity attack.
Oh yeah,
Well, you
you
went
disengaged anyway. Yeah. It's fine.
But
yeah.
like, still, like, she went in and out of these. Like,
I have
you
40
could have just
speed.
done this.
So it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So, right. So you're done. Yeah.
Mhm.
Scrimshaw.
I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis again.
Okay. Fair enough. So like, this sort of frosty sort of armor covers your body.
And then just hold my ground.
Okay. Fine. All right. So these two these creatures, like this one seems pretty injured, but it's sort of turns to Gideon after the thingy, and it's going to go for him. So.
It might be about to...
18.
I was going to use my reaction to shield, but it's just a bit over. It's a shame.
Okay. That is 10 damage.
Okay.
That's lucky. And so, like, its claws, like, just jolts into you. It just wins you, but you just manage to hold on without getting knocked unconscious. This one, however, sort of, these two are going to go for Scrimshaw. That is 14 and then
Oh, those both miss.
both missed. You sort of wanted them to hit, really.
I want them to both hit for 1 damage each.
So yeah, they both lunge at you, and you just manage to get out of the way. But these two seem pretty healthy at the end of that. So Vondor.
I'm going to be attacking the same man again.
Aww.
What?
Are you not gonna heal?
Oh, I want to get him out of the way. I need to get to my comrade.
Fine.
I need to get him out of the way.
It's his turn. He can choose what he wants to do.
I know.
No, that's actually Morna saying that to him.
Okay, but that hits.
I won't divine smite him this time. He's just going to get a swing of the axe.
Yeah. You just manage to just like his head, and it sort of just immediately just. Do you want to move?
Yes. thingy. Here.
Okay.
Cool. I ready myself for the upcoming
All right,
attack.
Gideon.
Disengage action.
Uh-huh.
Move to say here. And I don't really have anything to do with bonus action, so I guess just sit here.
Okay. Mona.
I'm gonna do the classic Warner of bonus action disengage.
Run in, punch, run away.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to take a
Big old.
point in rogue.
Maybe
Yeah.
you should have taken tough.
Yeah, maybe.
True.
Ah!
Okay, right, yeah. Alright, roll damage.
No, I don't really do that much damage anyway.
Yeah, still a lot of
okay.
damage.
Yeah,
for a monk, it's pretty good.
thanks.
Yeah, you slam your quarterstaff into its sort of back, like the small of its back, and there's like between its two armored plates. You manage to just twist it in, and it just like snaps, almost like a sort of gooey part in the inside
I
it.
thought yours
and
were
pulling
like
it out.
Yes, stop it. Your quarterstaff snaps.
No. Yeah, you shove your quarterstaff in and pulling out like all this like sort of gooey like sort of body like goop just comes out with it, as like a long trail.
Nice.
All right, do you want to do anything else?
Yep.
Key point disengage.
Point disengage.
Okay. Over there. All right. Okay. Skirmisher.
All right. So how damaged is the one on my left?
He looks hurt,
Okay.
especially after that big crit. Big
Yeah,
crit.
I'm just gonna whack him with my greatsword.
Okay. Okay, that doesn't hit.
Well, then I'm
Taunt.
gonna stick.
Can you taunt as a bonus action?
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's it.
that's your go. So this creature here, he sort of like looks at you and goes, and you see in his mouth a sort of goopy green liquid starts to drool out. He just like lines you guys up and just fires. So make dexterity checks. Dexterity save. Sorry. Oh, no, you 3 here in this line.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
Okay. Okay. Matt, you as well.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just looking for my deck save.
Oh my god. Okay. Right, you pass, Gideon. You take 3 damage.
I think he's still down, isn't he?
No, he's
Not
just,
quite?
no,
One.
he's just
Sorry, I got one.
he's got 1 out left.
That wouldn't be
And
possible.
who? So you, Scrimshaw, you failed. So all right. So Morna, you take 3 damage. 3 damage as well, and Scrimshaw, you take 6.
Okay.
And this one is going to do the same on this top bit as well.
Okay.
So make Vondel and Morna do another.
the same.
Oh,
No.
even with a -2.
Maths is hard. Okay, yeah, you both pass. So you take 4 damage each.
Oh.
Oh, I was about to set my hit points to 198. That is not correct.
3 HP.
Vondel's gone Super Saiyan.
Okay, Vondel.
Okay. Well, again, in retaliation
Oh.
for the one in front of me,
Mhm.
I'm going to smack the shit out of him.
Okay,
Oh,
misses.
oh, fuck.
Shit.
Oh shit. Okay, I'll just sit here then. And
As a reminder, Morna, you do have a potion if you need to use it
Oh, do I? Where did
Yeah.
you get that from?
from session 1.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Shit. It's
Gideon.
right there. I was
Good thing
actually looking
good thing
for a
I put it in
potion
your.
of
It's not like I put it in your handouts or anything.
I'm going to use Chromatic Orb.
Against this one or this
Yes, against the one that's the one.
one? Okay.
wait, do I have this potion as well?
No, just Morna.
I don't think so.
Okay, that hits. Yeah, it hits.
So 3d8.
Yeah, just click on the thing and it should do it. Perfect. 10 damage. Okay. Yeah, you sort of. What type of thing are you doing?
It's thunder.
Thunder. Okay. Yeah. This sort of like large clap of sort of energy just bursts into the creature's sort of exoskeleton. You see it like vibrate slightly as it takes the damage. Okay, so Morna, your turn.
I'm gonna use my potion of healing. Is it bonus action?
Yes, for our not rules as written, but for our
Cool.
House rule.
house rule.
What's the house rule, sorry?
You can use a potion of healing as a bonus action.
Okay. So you may wish to chug that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right, that'll do you.
Oh wait. No.
Just if you click on your thing
Sorry.
and just put +8 on there. 11 anyway.
I'm gonna move to here.
You haven't done it yet.
What? Yeah, I have.
Still saying 3.
Oh, it
Current hit
says.
point.
Oh, I changed it on my hit dice. That's why. So stupid.
Okay, fair enough. Right.
There we
Okay, so you're going there.
Gonna attack my quarterstaff.
Attack with your quad staff. Cool. Okay. Yeah, mad hits. Holy shit. 10 damage. All right. This one looks hurt. Again, you just smack it in the back. You're getting some good angles on it. Do you want to key point flurry of blows? Is it flurry
I
of blows?
can't. I've used my bonus action.
Oh yes, of course.
It's patient defense thing.
Yeah,
Oh no,
okay.
step of the wind. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, Scrimshaw.
Right, so which of these is currently looking more hurt?
They are looking equally hurt.
Alright, I am going to... Yeah, I'll drop Hexblade's Curse on the one on the right,
Okay.
and I will give it a big old swing.
Swingo.
Decapitation.
Swing away. 15.
Swing low.
Okay, that hits. Yep.
Okay. So that's 11 plus, plus 2.
Yeah. All right. You killed it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Just-
I regain some hit points equal to my Warlock level plus my Charisma modifier. So that is
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
7 hit points.
Holy shit.
What?
He's done more healing than Vondel has.
Well, I can only do healing as my main action.
Yeah, you sort of you swing your sword at it and just like split it up the center, and it's sort of you see these like cracked scales just like flip off, and all this like sort of greeny blue, sort of bluey goo comes out after spraying you. Lovely. Okay, right, it's the dude's turn. Right, so let's see if he recharges. He does not, luckily for you guys. Considering Gideon's still in the line. He's just going to bite Scrimshaw. 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay, that is 9 plus 4, 13.
Okay, and he takes 10 points as well.
Okay. He's looking very hurt.
Vondel, can you do it?
I'll do my best.
Alright, Vondel. Go on.
My armor pack.
Come on, you can hit something. Come on. You haven't hit anything for like 2 turns.
What?
Come on.
That's
You can
only
do it.
one turn.
I thought it was 2 turns.
No, it's one turn.
Okay. Ah, yes, you hit.
Can I roll the damage first to see if it kills it and then Divine Smite it if it doesn't? Or do you want me to do one or the other?
Roll the damage first, and then we'll see. If it's like ridiculously over, then that doesn't kill it.
Roll D8.
It literally has 1 hit point left.
You know what? I don't care. You know, I was gonna Divine Smite him too.
Okay. Right. Well, yeah. You slash it, and then just seeing that he's sort of just standing, going, you just like go smite. Come here. All right. So So these sort of creatures lying on the ground, sort of looking at them, they're much larger to the insects you've seen in the recent sort of in the region, and they're sort of twitching a little as they're sort of bleeding out. But this like blue, like greeny liquid begins to just like seep into the floor and sort of playing with it or whatever if you want. It's almost like what's that like goo stuff that you children play with? Slime, yeah, it's like slime. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It's slime.
Okay.
Since they're still sort of twitching, I'm just gonna like kind of two-handed just like try and sever their spine if they have one.
They don't have spines. They have exoskeletons.
Chop their heads off.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you sort of just like smash them up until they stop twitching.
Are there any cow remains in their belly?
Do you want to start digging through?
Yeah.
While
make an investigation check.
I'm nasty.
while Moana's doing that, can I go up to Gideon quickly?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold out your hand, laddie. You're looking a little hurt.
Am I like visibly?
I imagine
you are very visibly hurt. You've been hit
just on the ground,
times.
basically.
Almost. You have 1 hit point.
Yeah, that's right.
Give me your hand, laddie.
It hurts so much.
Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Matt,
Don't shake it. Don't shake his hand too rough. Like you might tip him over the edge.
Just rip his whole hand off. What's your max HP, Matt?
14.
And you're on 1.
I am.
Okay, have 13 HP back then.
Seeing Wandle kind of almost aggressively go towards him.
As you hold out your hand, I go. Please bless this child with the power of healing and bring him back to health.
Gideon, you feel this dwarf's hands, usually quite cold and sort of stony, touch you, and you begin to feel like a deep warmth spread from his hand into your body, a sort of like holy sort of life energy.
Joel's just like getting his healer's kit out ready just in case Wandle fucks up.
I'm also going to touch myself.
That feels so much better.
Use the rest of my lay on hands.
Oh, for God's sake!
What?
No one ever heals me.
Session 1. Wandle uses all his lay on hands to heal Moana.
Okay, anyway, so Moana, you digging around, you do find like a sort of a little bit half-digested bit of a cowbell, but you don't find particularly anything else in there, like no
I'm
bone.
gonna pick up the cowbell and go and talk to Kathy.
Okay. Kathy's like still fiddling with the crossbow, trying to reload it. She's like, when I was younger, these were a lot easier.
Hi. So we just killed some giant insects that like mold out of your burrowed. Is that the word? Oh, it doesn't matter. Out of the ground, and I found this in their stomach, and I handed a cowbell.
She takes it and she says, yeah, oh, this is definitely a cowbell.
Yeah. So I think it's probably done. Like, I don't know.
It's just done.
Yeah, we killed them, so
where's my fucking payment?
Thank you anyway. If you would do me a favor and take this news to the captain of the guard, maybe he'll send some people to check it out. But anyway, here you are, and she hands you a small purse with 50 gold in it.
yes.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Should we divvy that out?
Kathy, are you sure that's not too
10.
much?
Well, it's not worth as much as these cows are, and if I were to lose them, then
I give her a
I would
gold
lose
back.
pretty much all my 1 gold.
Yeah,
It's fine. I'll make do. I don't live off much.
Oh, okay, I'll keep it.
Mostly the stuff in my.
You take it back out of her straw.
Okay, just as long as you're going to be all right.
I do.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I would have not been okay if those things had attacked me or taken the rest of my cows. I will, but yes, if you tell the guard, captain, I'm sure he will send some people to help.
Okay, we'll head off that way. Maybe after a quick A quick rest somewhere.
A quickie.
Quickie.
Cafe in a shed.
Yeah.
Sit down.
There's 5 of us, 50 gold. I just
Fine.
Technically, there's 4
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah, but we.
don't want to start doing that.
So
Yeah, we don't want to
where are we
stop.
saying,
You didn't turn up to the session. You don't get fuck all.
where are we saying Ritok is?
He's just in the inn. We're doing a Charlie with Ritok. We're doing a
Stop
father-in-law.
migraine.
Yeah, we're doing a father-in-law.
All right.
That's
Just fades in and out.
He's around, but not in the fight. So I've
Yeah, I suppose just put 10 gold into his thing.
Alright.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Right.
Well-
What else did she mention there was to do? There was the temple.
Yeah, I'd like to visit the temple. Have a little pray.
I'm sure Vondel would like to visit the temple.
Don't we need a short rest to rest?
What kind of temple is it? Did you say?
It's a temple of Anciliara. Who
Not
is-
my.
No, it's not. It's not your. No, it's not your religion.
No. Still have a look.
Oh, I picked out a god and I can't remember I wrote it down. Oh, sorry. I just won't talk about it today.
Well, that's fine. Yeah. So, what's the plan? What do you want to do, guys?
I'd like to go to the temple.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can go to the
That's
temple.
on the way back to the inn anyway. So.
And
Yeah.
to the guards, we need to go see the captain guard.
Oh yeah, we probably need to go see him.
Will that be at Fort Bastilla?
As far as you know, no one really ever told you where the guard was.
On the way, I'm just going to
Probably where
talk.
he'll be.
On the way, I'm just going to kind of talk to Vondel. It's like people in temple, like the religious types, they be okay with me?
I mean, I'm okay with you, but
is this somewhere that's not safe for me?
I think they'll be okay with you. I don't know much about this particular kind of temple, but I don't think they're like the Inquisitors. I think they're a bit more liberal.
A bit more accepting religion, less smiting.
Yes.
Religion.
Less smiting, killing, and general douchebaggery.
Never mind. Okay, I'll
Okay.
Let's see how this goes.
Okay.
Careful with your language, Vondel. You don't want Gideon to hear things like douchebag. Oh,
I'm sure he's heard worse.
What's a douchebag?
I'll explain later.
When the dwarf knows well. All right, so you head towards the temple and sort of going up its dirt path up to the top of the little hill that it's built on. You see there's a sort of a small congregation happening at the moment, maybe about 5 or 10 people, sat in the pews, listening to a sort of very old sort of man giving a sort of a little bit of a sermon as such, and going in. I think I might have music for this. Hang on a second. Yeah. All right, let's just use that music. It sort of sounds sort of like.
This is like final boss, like just before the final boss music.
No, this is final boss.
Oh, spoilers! Now we know what's going to be like.
Oh no! Yeah, and he's a lich. So yeah, you go up to this guy who's giving this thing, and he's very old, and it seems that he is stumbling over his words. A lot of the people in the sermon are sort of looking at each other like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And he's sort of going, "When the Inquisitor's back, I will ask him to cleanse us all of our sins," and that sort of thing.
Bundle just rolls his eyes. "Oh, not more of these fanatic fucking."
He's saying that loudly.
And I
Yes.
kind of walk up to him and I tug on his robe a bit and I go, "There, do you know what a douchebag is?"
What? I'm doing a sermon at the moment.
Well, my friends wouldn't tell me, and
And like the people in the crowd go, "Oh!"
Oh my
Hey.
god!
Can anyone else help me?
Sorry, he's I don't know.
What's your name, son?
Gideon.
Do you have
what's your
anything
name?
to? My name is Father Gregory.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you, sir. Excuse me, I haven't got long. Do you know the answer to the question, or?
No. But do you have anything that you would like to be forgiven for?
I mean, there was this one time when I borrowed some bread from a baker's.
Do you intend to give it back at some point?
Maybe.
Well, look, that baker, he has to live as well, and to take bread from your neighbor without passing it on in the future is a bad thing. But if you want to give a bit of a donation to the temple, I'm sure that can be forgiven.
Hold on a minute. What do you need forgiven for?
No, what? No, I don't need forgiving for anything. The temple needs money. It's falling apart.
Why do you need money? I mean, surely you've to... This seems pretty naughty to steal, to ask people to give you money.
We offer a good service, and that's what money is best for goods and services. And I like to
party.
I like to say that money in the hand of someone who is good with money is better than money in the hand of someone who steals bread from bakers. So if you'd like to just put some in the donation box.
Stop making a scene! Stop making a
Hang
scene!
on a minute!
No! I'm gonna push Vondel away from the...
Gideon,
No, you listen!
The guy's trying to do a sermon, just let him do it.
Talk to
Let
him
him
later,
continue.
come back later. Oh my god, freaking hell.
Oh. Are we outside again?
We're getting blood all over the pews.
I've got a lot of infection on me.
As I kind of walk out, I go, if anyone knows what a douchebag is, I'll be standing outside for a bit. Please do tell me.
I'll tell you, Gideon, and I say it just loud enough so they can hear it. They're douchebags!
Wait, got a little go back.
Okay. So as you go out the temple, the guy continues on with his sermon, just sort of rambling about the demons inside those people will have to be purged someday, but it's okay because we know that we're the chosen few, and people in the crowd start nodding.
That's the second session where I've had a delivery midway through.
Oh. Stop ordering so many deliveries.
Stop ordering things to come on a Sunday, man.
I don't think I've had anything be delivered late. Actually, no, I haven't. That's not true.
Okay, so yeah, what do you guys want to do? Just stand outside the temple and harass them some more?
Throw eggs at them.
Look, I wanted to go in and light a candle for my god, but apparently no one else does.
Well, let's just go back to the inn, take a rest.
You're welcome.
Then go talk to the captain.
Yeah, I'm gonna not do that. I wouldn't go back into the temple by myself.
Why do you guys believe in gods anyway?
There's nothing to do with you, just because there is a god, isn't there? So you don't have to ask me questions like that.
The gods give me great power, Gideon. As you may or may not have saw last fight. The gods healed you, not me, Gideon.
You know, when I was young, I used to know a guy. His name was
when
Ted.
you were young.
Hey, missus. I have lived a lot in my life, thank you very much. Anyway, there was a boy called Ted, and one morning I woke up and there were worms growing out of his eyes. And I said to him, I go, Ted, you know there's worms out your eyes? And he goes, well, he doesn't say anything because he's dead, but the point is, there's no God. A God wouldn't let a child have worms in his eyes.
I'm just gonna walk back into the temple.
Look,
I'll meet you later.
Look, I don't know what you would call a god, but there are things in this world that are certainly very powerful. Things which create life, things which take it away, and I would, it's coming from someone that was created. Something has done that. Now, whether those things are good or bad, it's hard to be debated, and where that line is, the way you become a god, who knows? But you can't really deny that there are things out there that are big and powerful and beyond what we can do as people.
DM, in this world, is it generally understood that there is more than one god, and they do play multiple parts in the world? So there's not. So people don't typically just say, "Oh, there's only one god." However, they may just follow one god.
Well, look, the religion of the human areas of Orthaid are sort of is called the Pentasta, and they believe in like 5 major gods, but they sort of more like represent certain virtues you're supposed to have, rather than like people actually really believe that they exist. But like, you know, the Mistrans, who you're a part of, they really believe in like physical sort of spirits that live in like lakes, like various oracles and stuff, which, you know, you'd call them gods.
Is that like
sort of almost like the Greek gods, you know?
The lakes of the light.
Yeah, like Lakes of Light, and so like the Oracle at Lakes of Faro and stuff is a big one, but you know, there's all sorts of different ones.
Okay.
Am I time back to responding to you?
Yeah.
Can I please go back into the temple by myself?
Sure.
No. Okay. I'm gonna like not really go over to the center. I assume there's somewhere I can like light a candle and have.
There's a sort of like a small donation bowl on a sort of altar sort of thing, and a few candles around.
Cool. I'm gonna not put any money in the donation bowl. I am gonna pray.
Okay.
Sit down and have a little prayer.
Okay. What are you gonna pray for?
I don't know. I'm just gonna generally be like, thank you for making me not die back there. It was really scary, but I'm okay. I think just need to have a little lie down, and could you just tell my parents I miss them? I want them back.
Oh, this is nice.
Cry. You know, this is a little private prayer. This is the type of things I would pray about, and that's it.
Okay, so you meet the rest of the lads outside.
The lads.
You ready to head back off into the town?
Yeah, let's go find this captain.
We're not going to go and have a little sit down first.
Yeah.
We can.
We're in a bit of rough shape.
Are you going back to the Cross Swords?
It's not urgent.
Yeah, to have a little,
maybe just go back
little
for
rest.
a little drink.
Okay, so heading back to the... You can have a short rest, by the way, because of the temple stuff.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But heading back to the Cross Swords, it's fairly quiet. Like, a lot of the people who are around aren't doing much. There's just one sort of guy in the corner who's just sort of looks like he's thinking, really. There's a couple of pieces of paper in front of him, like a pen, and he's just like sipping out of a cup. But other than that, the entire bar is completely empty.
That puts me back to maximum HP, so I'm happy with that.
Same.
Okay. Pint?
Barmaid says, so, do you go see Kathy?
Yes, we did. Turns out it was insects.
I just kind of pull a bit of slime off of cloak somewhere and just hold it up. It's like
slime.
Yeah.
Slow though. Gonna go let the captain know that you got a bit of an insect infestation problem.
Oh, well, that might be hard. The captain went with the Inquisitor and Tepessa.
Oh,
well,
who did they leave in charge?
Oh, I don't know. You probably have to ask up in Fort Bastilla, but that's weird. We've never had any. You say insects, like big
giant,
insects?
very big insects.
Clearly, gives a bit of a scare.
Bigger than a man.
Well,
bigger than an orc.
Like that before. I hope. Yeah, I hope we don't see any more of them.
Hopefully not.
she says, foreshadowing.
Well, you can pray that it was just those 3.
Maybe the temple can pray him away. Am I right?
Maybe. She says, are you staying the night here today as well?
I think we'll stay one more night, won't we, chaps?
I imagine so.
Seems silly to go on the open road when there's a perfectly nice inn for us to stay at.
Well, a few people left last night, so there's a few more rooms if you want them, rather than the crowded.
I wouldn't mind having my own room for one night if that's okay, lads. Just need to do a bit of praying, and I don't want to keep you awake.
I don't mind you praying.
As you're chatting to the barmaid, the man in the corner sort of hobbles over and he says, "I'll pay for the rooms for the night."
Well, thank you, sir. What's your name? Can we get you a drink?
Thank you. Yes, I would very much like a drink. But let me get you one first.
Oh, okay.
I do have his name. Yes.
The
my name's
finest
Johan.
dwarven stout, please.
Well, we don't have much of that. We have regular stouts.
Oh, I'll never taste my homeland again.
Could I just ask a question? I get my key points back on a short rest, right?
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I did just Google it. But
Yeah, we'll say yes.
it was Reddit.
I'm
Is that
pretty
the
sure.
difference? Yeah.
Okay,
I was
well-
just checking. Yeah, I did say that.
Okay.
It's Reddit,
Cool.
so it's...
Yeah. Well, no. Let me buy you a drink first. I hear your. I just overheard your conversation about these bugs.
Yes, very big, very nasty things. Bit quite hard.
And
The man
then
is sort of the
Gooey
man
as
is
well.
sort of he's maybe like 50 or 60 years old. He's got like a sort of a goatee and like long white hair and in a sort of ponytail behind him. And he wears sort of very fancy outfits, and he has a very like sort of large gold ring on his finger. And he, as he goes and pays the lady, you spot that the ring he's wearing has like a big question mark in it. You guys all recognize that as he's probably a member of the Strangers.
Do we know what they are?
Yeah, they're a sort of secret society, sort of like Freemasons.
Okay.
Are they? What's their alignment, kind of? Are they
They're pretty neutral.
neutral?
They're sort of very pro-science. They're very anti the Inquisition.
Okay. Sort of on the same side then. Okay. Did you guys? I'm just whispering. Did you guys see the ring? It's got a question mark on it. It's from the Strangers.
What's
probably wants to hide them, right? Probably doesn't want to get noticed.
Well, he's not doing a very good job because I'm not very perceptive, and I saw that ring straight away.
Yeah, I really he should just take it off. I don't know, why does he want to talk to us?
I don't know. Maybe he's got a job for us.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
maybe
like,
he's
I mean, we
to
could-
kill us.
I just keep looking up and smiling at him occasionally.
He sort of like raises his glass and nods to you.
Let's just
I
hear what
raise
he
my-
has to say.
I just go, yes.
Ask him to come over, ask him to come over. Vondo, ask him to come over, ask him to come over, ask him to come over.
It's already
He's on his way.
Come back.
No,
Okay,
chill out.
anyway.
I know you've nearly died like 3 times in the last 3 days, but look, this if
Well,
this
Gideon
situation
nearly
gets you
topped
stressed,
that, I think so.
then
I think we should ask what he wants of us. It's strange.
Wait for him to come back with the drinks.
Well, you're at the bar, I guess.
Okay. Oh, well, do I have my drink in my hand then?
Yeah.
Oh, I gulp that shit down. Refreshing.
I take a sip and then realise I don't like it, so I give it to Londo.
I down that one too.
I guess that's
Okay.
Constitution saving throw, actually, with advantage because you're a dwarf.
Vondel may has his flaws, and one is that is that he's definitely an alcoholic.
I will also
Alright, you're
slide
okay.
mine over to Vondel.
I need to get my folder out. Hang on.
I might take this one a little bit slower.
Maybe have this be the social drink.
Yeah, this will be the social one. Those were just to
Okay,
get me going.
yeah, right.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you pass your
sip.
Constitution saving throw.
Gonna sip mine gently.
You do feel sort of dizzy, but that's because you're down 2 fucking ales. Okay, yeah, so you're sort of sipping your drink, and the man you see occasionally will just sort of jot down like something after thinking a little while. He'll just jot something down on his pad.
What you're writing?
I'm writing. You're not with the Inquisition, are you?
No.
No,
Oh god.
no. I like your ring.
He
Very
sort of
good.
glances down. Oh, you're very subtle.
we spotted this
Yeah.
in here. Do you not think that you need to be a bit more careful? There's a lot of people who side with the Inquisition on here, especially in the temple. And you know, the head of the guard. Does that mean that all of the guards actually just
It's okay. I've lived here for 20 years, and the Inquisition haven't done anything to me yet.
Yeah, they haven't, but they are like pretty.
They're getting pretty rowdy as of late.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was a bit worried when the Inquisition came through the other day.
Well, at this point, you're
But,
probably known to them anyway, so
Yeah, you always, when you look out the window, you see a whole bunch of Inquisitors coming. You think they're coming for you finally, but I've never been one to hide my allegiances. So you can probably tell I'm a member of the Strangers.
Yes.
How is that?
How's it treating you?
It's fine. Yeah, I'm just writing. I'm writing a manuscript at the moment.
Ah.
My name is Johann Bund. I used to be a member of the Inquisition, but about 20 years ago, I left Baratheon and came here to try and change how things are done. I don't like how the Church is doing its business, and I'm trying to think of a few ideas of how we can change it.
Something we can agree on. Not a big fan of them myself. I don't think anyone in our party's really a big fan either. They've caused us quite a bit of problems in our short time together anyway. But we won't go into that. You were interested in the bugs. May I ask why?
Well, it's not very often you hear about creatures of that standard threatening quite a large town. Usually that's out of the frontiers or something.
Do you think there's more of it than just the bugs?
Well, it makes you wonder. When a new predator enters an environment, it's usually because something's either pushed it out of its old one, or it's feeling more able to do something. More confident.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
Do you have any idea where they might have originally came from? Or...
Well, yeah, they would come from the mountains to the south. You know, it's not uncommon for people traveling through the mountain passes and stuff to come across creatures, goblins, orcs, that sort of thing. But for them to stray this far into human territory, it's not very likely. Not very common. I would ask if you're heading to Baratheon to maybe pass this information on. I'll pay you to send a letter.
That is we're very good at bringing letters. Yes, no, that we are definitely heading that way, so we can definitely do that for you. Who is the letter going to?
Well, if you just take it to, I need to look at my notes. Hang on a second. It is if you just take it to the Oak Bull, that's in the Green Hill district.
Green Hill district. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely something we can do.
All you need to do is just put it into the letterbox outside, and that's all.
No, we're more than happy to pass on the information for you.
Thank you. And of course, if anyone asks, try and be as subtle as possible about it, especially Inquisition.
Yes. No, we're doing our very best to avoid them at the moment. Not our.
What did you do?
Nothing in particular. Just don't trust them very much.
Did you hear any news coming from Pessa?
Not at the moment. No. Anything happened in Pessa that you heard of?
I did.
What?
So you heard of the murders?
I heard of the murder. Oh well, I heard of the murders at that carnival.
Anything else?
Terrible.
Just that?
Yeah, the captain of the guard killed the Inquisitor when he was there.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, in front of the crowd. Just stabbed him in the back.
Well, that's not good.
Was this... is this out of character? Or is he known to dislike the Inquisitor? Or...
He didn't like him when we saw him. I'm beginning to think...
the captain of the guard in Pessa.
Yeah, Lotto Ferravante.
Lotto Ferravante, yes, yeah.
Well, can't say I'm that sad about it.
Yes, very interesting.
There is a chance that wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But that's our character. I don't think we should talk about that.
No, would that be metagaming?
It is. Well, yeah.
We'll let that up.
No,
to
because
is that metagaming?
No, I mean no.
I don't think it's
magic.
metagaming.
He's suspicious.
People disguise themselves. Like
we know she's
common
powerful.
magic.
She can very easily probably disguise.
What I was saying
disguise self is a low-level spell.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Don't worry.
okay. Well, okay. Well, kind of look around to everyone. This is a bit awkward. But,
I think it was definitely the captain of the guard. He was definitely very suspicious, and
having spoke to him, I don't think he had it in him.
He didn't. He wasn't a fan, but I don't think he was the kind to do that.
I didn't get the murdering.
I'm just
vibe from him.
I'm only doing this because this is our character. Because the guy in front of us, I don't want him to know our involvement. I know it.
Well, he doesn't like him. So he's probably on our side.
Well, we don't have to. I just thought.
Anyway. Yeah, he says, yeah, it's very, very strange. A bunch of things bring the Inquisitors to Pessa, and then an Inquisitor gets killed. That's certainly going to make the Tempest brand.
Don't suppose they mentioned anything else. I don't suppose they're looking for any particular group of people in particular.
No, it was just a rider heading to Baratheon on the double. Came through here maybe 2 hours ago.
Okay. I can't tell to. We might want to intercept that because we could be part of the message.
If he's on a horse, we can't catch up.
Clive.
Clive's old.
Yeah. Okay, well, we might.
He's not a messaging horse.
Okay, well, thank you for the information. That's quite the development in Pessa, isn't it? Have they captured the captain? Did he get away?
I didn't hear anything about what happened to the captain.
Okay.
All I heard was the captain very strangely decided to kill the Inquisitor in front of everyone, so there's a lot of witnesses.
Yeah, that is odd. Bit strange for him to do that in front of everybody.
Have you met this captain yourself before?
No.
Have you been to Pessa?
Not for a very long time.
Okay.
Okay. So we're looking for work at the moment. I don't suppose you know any work going, or if you got anything that needs doing.
I mean, Rondell, the man's literally just given us some work.
What work?
Other than letter.
Okay. Other than the letter, anything we can do while we're in town?
Well, if you do this task well, maybe you'll get sent some more by some friends of mine.
Okay. Fair enough.
But there's always work in Baratheon. I know that there's always something going on.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your information. Thank you very much for the drinks. Very much appreciated. And for the rooms. Very appreciated.
No problem. And he sort of throws over a purse that contains like 20 gold in it.
Thank you.
And that's for the letter.
The letter. Thank you very much. We'll divvy that out amongst ourselves.
We appreciate the trust.
As part of the purse, he gives you the letter as well.
Pay for our room.
Yeah, but like the letter is sort of sealed with like a bit of wax, and then he hands it over. And there you go.
Okay, I divvy out the money. I divvy out the money to all of us, by the way. So that's 4? It's 20, so 4 each. So everyone gets 4 gold. Okay. Well,
am I adding all this to Ritter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we keep it fair. We don't want it to be like.
How much have you had so far?
14.
So 14, yeah. I'll just add in 14.
If you're able to just add it to us, yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. What time is it now? Is it getting late?
Yeah, it's sort of getting maybe to like 2 p.m. or something. Like setting off now you'd camp on the road. You'd probably
we've got our rooms, haven't we? So there's not much point leaving. Why don't we go try and find the captain? Whoever's serving as captain, to let them know about the.
Get the message there. Maybe saunter through town if you've got some time. Look at the markets.
Yes. Okay. Well, I finish up my third pint. Finish off the third pint and let's hit the road.
No, wait. Okay. Are we not gonna sleep?
Well, no, it's 2 p.m.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not.
Fine.
Okay, so you make your way to Fort Bastilla. The few guards at the gates sort of come to inquire about what you want.
Hello, we we understand the captain is not in Vicodin at the moment. Would it be possible to speak to whoever is in charge? We have some information about that I think they'd be interested to know, sir.
Speaking.
Well, we went to a farm by Lake Fika earlier, and there were some giant insects there, and they're quite scary. We were helping the elderly lady that owns the farm over there, and then suddenly burst out the ground and started attacking us. Just thought we'd pass the information on, just in case you want to look into that.
Oh, that's strange.
For reference, large enough to take a cow underground.
Also, have I still got this damage to my chainmail from the acid?
No, you didn't take any damage.
Okay. No, I thought... Okay.
It just sort of looked a bit like it was a bit acidic.
Okay.
Like, part of the damage you took was acid damage. That's all.
Okay. Okay. That's why it hurts so fucking much. That's cool. Okay. Very ferocious, very painful.
Oh,
Maybe
we'll
worth...
send a couple of people to check out.
Okay, maybe worth... Yeah, they bury underground, so I guess bring your best listeners.
Did you, so you killed a few, did you?
We killed 3 of them. We didn't do anything with the bodies, so they very may still be on the farm. Unless the elderly lady there somehow managed to get rid of them, which is unlikely.
Yeah, okay. Well, no problem. We'll send some people to check it out, so I hope that's fine. What's your names, by the way?
Vondel, good sir. Vondel Runefeind.
Well, thank you, Vondel.
Okay, just me.
Well, thank you all of you.
I give them my name.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much for doing that part. We've never seen anything like that before, so hopefully it's not.
Yes, well, hopefully it's the last you see of it, but it doesn't... it's good to prepare, just in case.
Yes, thank you very much. And he sort of goes in and starts doing his own thing.
I don't think we're getting in, so we should just probably go... Have a look around, see what we can find.
When people want to refer to it, if you ever want to refer to us as a group, do people that travel around together, they tend to have a collective name, do they not? Like the strangers, the inquisitors, the whatever.
The inquisitors are part of the Tempest brand.
I know it. Sorry, the Tempest brand.
Fantastical
I know we're. It's just something to mull over. Don't necessarily need one now.
What about the Clive
certainly
Club?
not fair.
The Clive Club.
Clive, I like it. Clive.
The Clive 5! The Clive 5!
Oh my god! The Clive 5.
Yes.
We are now the Clive.
We'll be the Clive 5 until we change it, guys. How does that sound?
Okay, well, we'll go with that for now.
The Cliven Fiven.
It might. Will it stick? Okay.
Look, it's fine for now.
Alright, okay, so, what do you guys want to do? You have like a sort of a day to waste until you want to head off, or you can just start heading off now if you want, and it'll just cost you an extra day.
Well, we've got a room booked, haven't
We got a room. We might as well just use it. Anything going on in the town that we might be able to have a look around, or?
There's a small, they've set up a small market, sort of mishmash collection of like carts and stalls that have sort of got various coloured cloth hanging off it and like pieces of salted meat.
Well, we got some money. Shall we go get some supplies?
Yeah.
Just in case we start running low again.
We find...
How many rations do you guys have?
I have 2.
I have not written them on my Roll20 sheet, but I believe they're on my D&D.
Actually, that's not true. I have 9.
I've got 9.
No, I don't have any because I don't need them.
It'll take you 2 days to get to Barathon from here.
Okay, well, I got 9 rations, so probably just...
If we just buy 2 to top us up, or...
Maybe try and find some healing potions? Because we nearly died?
They do cost a pretty penny.
True.
Yeah,
we might be able to get one or 2 between us at most.
Okay. Well, we can still have a look around. See if anything strikes a fancy.
Okay, so as you go to the main sort of market that's set up, there is so there's like, you know, food and vegetables and stuff. The food seems to be quite manky, mostly like salted meat, dried like sort of pork that's sort of covered in just like salt and various spices to try and mask up the rotting flavor.
Any foreign beers?
No, there is a Brewdog cafe. No, there's not really much of that. You can buy like barrels of ale that are being sold, but it's just the local sort of dealio, you know.
Not proper dwarven ale.
Like the only chance you could find imported dwarven ale would be in Baratheon, because it's a big enough city for that to be a market.
We could make the travel to Baratheon tonight. That's cool.
At best we set off bright and early, well rested.
Okay.
There's one of the stalls seems to sell various bits of jewelry.
Jewelry.
Don't we have some jewelry to sell?
Did we?
Did we find some stuff?
Maybe. I don't remember. Whoever would have it would have it written down, I imagine. But
I have
Did
the
Morna
Pirate
take
Hat
it?
of Rune Closure.
Was it just
Yeah,
that?
you found that. Yeah, you found a pirate jewelry.
Is there a library in them?
Not really. Like there's a tiny little, almost like a small little, almost like a phone box on the side of the temple,
right.
like with a couple of books in it.
Right.
There's not really that much in terms of like magic shops, ink, paper, that sort of thing either. There's like a couple of artisan stores that sell like furniture, like crappy like sort of weapons and crossbows and stuff for hunting, but like nothing that good. You know, it's one of those like sort of backwater towns. There's not much here.
maybe we could get some pillows for the cart while we travel, so we can travel a little bit comfier.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea, I don't think.
Okay, I mean, I certainly don't need any, but
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind being able to relax a little bit more. That cart is not
Maybe
very
have
comfortable.
a short rest, a small nap every now and again on the cart would be nice.
Yeah, you okay, so there's like a small stall that sells little bits of like blankets, cotton sort of things, really, mostly made out of cotton and wool, and the old lady behind the store sort of is almost like falling asleep when you arrive at her store. She's sort of going,
Excuse me. Excuse me. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Looking to buy some blankets and maybe some pillows or just something to rest your head on. Good for a cart, maybe,
Well,
if possible.
well, yes. There's lots of, I mean, blankets, yes. Wool, yes. Pillows, yes. Sure. The whole stall.
We don't need the whole store. Just maybe a couple blankets and some pillows, just so we can make our cart a little
5
bit
silver.
Okay, yep, 5 is silver. I think that'll be fine. We are okay with 5 silver. I'll pay for it. I don't mind.
Okay, yeah, you
No
can.
change.
sure.
No change.
No change.
Okay, I'll just give you a gold piece.
No!
How about
I
instead of
stop
5
this.
silver? No, listen. I've only got a gold. What can I get for a gold? In terms of pillows and blankets.
Twice the
it?
pillows and blankets.
Okay, yeah, we'll take twice the pillows and blankets then, and I'll give you a gold piece.
I guess something to wrap around Clive on
Sort
a
of
cold night.
She opens her hands.
A blanket for Clive.
Okay, here's your gold piece.
She takes it and sort of puts it into her like sort of cleavage, and
Nice.
and she sort of hands you like 4 or 5 blankets and sort of 4 or 5 equally sort of large pillows, like pretty much.
Thank you. That'll do. Thank you very much for
Recently stuffed.
Lovely. Thank you. I do like them like that.
May I ask what it's stuffed with?
Goose feathers.
Goose? Yeah, goose feathers are good.
Do I think she's lying?
Insight check, please.
Yeah, alright, make it a insight check. Scrimshaw can do that.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, my -1.
I've got.
Definitely telling the truth.
She doesn't seem to be telling the truth.
Oh.
I just kind of, if I had brows to furrow, I would.
I mean, they're can I just rub my head on them to see if they're comfortable? Or
Make
like...
a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of start to feel like a tickling in your nose, and you manage to hold the sneeze back. But they seem comfortable enough. They are itchy though.
A little bit itchy, but I suppose they'll have to do. There's nothing else in towns.
And I suspect if thanks for your thank you for the things as we walk away. I just like I suppose if we if we decide to eat them, we can always tear these open and let Clive eat what is probably hay in there.
It's probably hay, yeah. Well, it'll do for a while until we can get to Banafan and maybe get some.
It works.
Some better blankets. It works for what we need.
I think, right? Yeah, you guys sleep on this.
I'll sleep on it.
Go.
I'll sleep on it. It's more for relaxing while we travel, so you know.
You can fit maybe 2 people at a time on the cart.
Yeah, maybe we can take
and one person has to drive.
So free.
Clive.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can get 3.
Well, yeah. Well, it means people can take turns resting. Things like that. Okay. Well, we'll head back to our cart then. We'll just chuck all this on the cart. I suppose.
Right.
I
Okay.
want to. No, wait. I
Alright.
want to see if there's any clothes.
I think we also didn't you guys need a tent?
Yeah.
Tent. Oh, a tent probably would come in handy. It was quite cold when we camped outside the Inquisition.
There is a sort of a small artisan store that sells like cloth and stuff. Like you could probably get a tent.
Could we turn the cart into a tent at night?
You could do. It'd be quite a squeeze. It's not very big. It's not a massive cart, but like where you could sleep under the cart, and some of you could sleep on it. Down to you. But okay, so you go to this store and anyway, so let's say a tent would be a tent that could probably fit all of you in. Would let's say that'd be like 10 gold.
Doesn't need me.
Still, it'd probably be like still about 10 gold. Whether you're in it or not.
Oof.
It's quite steep.
I think I'd be happy just sleeping underneath the cart for now.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Yeah, well, let's just sleep under the cart, right?
Yeah.
It hasn't been particularly rainy on your travels so far.
We could get something to go over the cart, maybe, to stop it. Nice new pillows from getting wet if it does rain.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. Do they sell a like a cart cover?
Yeah, you could probably buy it for like a gold piece.
Mike, I assume unless the conditions are like fairly extreme, Scrimshaw would not be bothered by bad weather.
Yeah, not unless it was like a big storm or something.
Yeah,
you'd be pretty miserable in a storm, but anyone would.
Yeah, well, I say bothered as in like actually at risk of like not getting sleep and suffering effects.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely fine. For the most part, like you guys can sleep outside, but
yeah,
at your own risk.
Do you want me to send her out?
Okay. Well, I got the last one. Does anyone want to buy the card cover?
Yeah, sure.
How much was the cart cover? Sorry,
A gold.
A gold.
It's like a piece of cloth that basically somebody's rubbed wax into to make it a bit more waterproof. It won't last forever, but it'll last, like a good couple of months.
Okay, this will do us for a while.
Okay,
lovely.
All right. So you're gonna spend the night and then head off in the morning.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm gonna head back to the pub and have a couple more drinks.
All right, shall we? All right. So so the next day comes round, and I'm just gonna zoom to Barathan because the road is very well traveled, right? Like there's patrols, and this is a major road. There's not much chance of you guys getting ambushed, so doing watches and stuff is just gonna waste a whole bunch of time. So you arrive after 3 days travel, so you can take off 3 rations
Mm-hmm.
at the gates of Barathon. Let me see if I can copy and paste this party token across.
It's cool.
Right, so you are here. So you arrive in Sorry, I've just got so many bloody notes open. Right, here we are. Yeah, so you arrive in Eastgate, which is a sort of the name is because it's the Eastern Gate, and the town around is a sort of series of tightly packed wooden houses. As you begin to walk down its streets and head towards the main town, you see some of the strange contrast between the poverty of the area and then just across the road is a fairly nice brick houses or stone houses. But people are quite doing their own thing. They're traveling from place to place, doing their chores. And as you get up to the road, you see that there's quite a lot of excitement coming from outside the gate, and a few people are stood around looking at a big poster that has just been put up by the gate.
Can I push forward to see this poster?
Yeah, you can. So you see a big sign that says "The Contenders Tournament." Tryouts soon. Tryouts on the 35th day of spring.
On the what day of spring, sorry?
The 35th. Which I think this should be now. Today is the 23rd day of spring, I think. Yeah, it's the 23rd day of spring.
So 2 days' time.
No, it's the 35th.
Okay. Sorry.
12 days time.
The 35th?
Contenders tryouts. Anybody fancy a go?
What are these types of things?
Gladiatorial combat, my friend. Fight for fun. Win money.
Doesn't sound like fun to me.
And the title is sort of, it says it's at the Aquaneum.
Do we know where that would be? Probably.
No, I don't suppose any of you have been here before. So.
No.
Maybe I'll tell someone that's carrying around the poster then.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, there's just a few people looking at the poster, sort of talking amongst each other.
Mm-hmm. Hello, sorry if you don't mind me interrupting. Where would the Aquarium be? We're interested in perhaps taking part.
The Aquaneum? That's in the Canal District.
Not been to Barathon before. Can you point us in that direction, please?
Yeah. The Canal District is this area here.
Okay. Lovely. Thank you very much.
Which? Sorry, again. The thing. Okay, brilliant. Thank you.
We need to find the other district, don't we? What was the name of the district where the letter needs to go, sorry?
The Greenhill District.
Could you also point us to the Greenhill District, please?
Yeah, no problem. That's this one here.
That one. And what was the name of the building? It was the something...
The Oak Bull.
Oak Bull.
That was there, right?
Do you know where we could find the Oak Bull in the Greenhill District?
Sorry, I don't know where that what that is. The only inn I know is in the one in the Canal District, which is the Mayhelm.
The main one. Okay, well, thank you for your help anyway. I'm sure we'll find it.
No problem.
Maybe we'll see you in the tournament.
Maybe we'll see. Are you going to be competing in the tournament?
Sorry, what were you saying, Gideon?
This is just our character. What, can you say that again? Where you said the other pub was?
The Mayhelm.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Where is that?
In the Canal District.
In the Canal District.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what were you saying?
I was going to say, are any of you looking to compete in the tournament?
We don't usually like to do that. We like to go and watch it, though. There's usually a few thousand people watching.
Oh, good. Do you know what the prize fund is?
It's usually a share of the profits of the day, but the I think the last few things were about 4,000 gold or something.
Okay.
It was a big old tournament.
Who are the main contenders for these tournaments usually? Are there any big names?
Usually there are travelers from all across the place. I mean, it's different every year. Sometimes you have the same people come back, but usually they go on and move on and do other tournaments in other places. But yeah, last year it was the Heroes of Dean.
Heroes of Dean. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your help. Have a lovely day, and you may see us in the ring.
Okay. Yeah.
The Heroes of Dean. Was that the other group?
You'll never know.
These Heroes of Dean sound like pushovers. They're nothing compared to the Clive 5.
I don't know. They sound pretty strong, if you ask me.
Silly. Anyway, where do we want to go? Do we want to go try and deliver our letter first, or sign up for the tournament?
What time roughly is it?
It's probably midday as you arrive in Baratheon.
Okay, well, tryouts are in 12 days, so got plenty of time for that.
Okay, should we try and deliver this letter?
We were tasked with a task.
Yeah.
We should complete that first before we. I think we should complete that first before we move on to any personal.
Let's head to the Green Hill district and try and find the place there.
Okay, so you make your way through the Canal district to get to the East Hills district, the Green Hill district, sorry. And you see in the Canal district, this is almost like the slums of Baratheon. Most of the people live around here, and as you sort of get to this sort of part, let me just move the camera just for the script for the video. You see that a lot of the river that flows through here has been rerouted in a whole bunch of different areas just so they can get like a fresh supply of water. But in doing so, it's basically just pitch black and just murky, horrible, gungy mess. Like falling into this, we would probably get all sorts of diseases. And but that's why it's called. You probably would.
Get gummed up.
Yeah, and so there's like, a whole bunch of people live around here, both eating, vomiting, shitting into the water and drinking and stuff. And as you cross over the bridge and go towards the Green Hill district, you see it's the nicer area. But you pass this sort of the old town, which is the original Baratheon with the stone walls that go around it. The sort of like older stone walls, maybe like in the last couple of hundred years. The east gate you went through seems fairly recently built, maybe in the last 10 or 15 years. But this is the original town gates here. But you can see like it's almost like a sort of stacked bunch of hills on top of each other with like a big fort on the top. And the houses around there are much older, like sort of like white facaded sort of timber with, like Tudor style almost. So anyway, as you come into the east... the Green Hills district. I keep saying east. Green Hills district. Yeah, you sort of got to walk around for a little while, and there's no signs that say the Oak Bull or anything.
Should we ask someone about the Oak Bull?
Oh no, because it might. I don't know. So yeah, I was just thinking it might be like a what's the word? I'm just thinking of it. Like a private club. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, but we need to find it. He didn't give us any direction on how to find it.
Is there anything on there?
Sorry?
The Oak Bull.
The weak bull.
The Oak Bull.
the oak. The oak. Is there
Basically
an oak anywhere near around that has a bull next to it? Maybe it could be like a clue.
Well, I think we'd have to have a little bit more of a look around the place first.
I would like to ask one more person within the district to see if they know anything about it.
Okay. You sort of like, there's this man just walking past, sort of carrying a little cart.
Excuse me, sir. We're looking for the oak bull. I don't suppose
no
you
oak
know
bull
where-
here, no oak bull here. And he sort of like begins looking at the ground and slinks off.
See, I literally just told you that. It was going to be a secret one.
Strange.
Okay, well, shall we maybe go after him and keep asking him? Because I
No.
think he might know where the oak bull is.
No, just leave him alone. leave him
Probably
alone.
quite a lot of people know what the oak bull is. Just kidding.
You want to ask him?
Give someone a gold to tell you where it is.
Look, let me just ask this person because he blatantly knows where it is.
Let's not harass the man.
No, I'm gonna give him some money. Excuse me, sir.
No, sorry. I don't know what you want. Goodbye.
I just like hover. I just get 2 gold pieces out and go. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. And he sort of like looks at the gold and sort of hesitates for a moment, and then sort of shakes his head and carries on.
I go. Excuse me. I pull out another gold. Are you sure? You don't know where the oak bull is.
The man stops, but he's still looking at the ground. He says, I'll do it for 5.
Can we
I pull out a gold piece.
Okay, and
Yeah,
one more person want to come?
Yeah.
Okay. 5 gold pieces, sir.
And he says, at the end of the road, there's a small alley. Just take a left and just keep walking, and you'll see it.
Thank you very much.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
With my -1.
Yeah, I guess you believe him.
Okay,
What does
thank
he
you,
look
sir.
like?
He's a sort of like old man, quite wiry, quite skinny, carrying a cart that has like a couple of like sort of freshly picked vegetables in them. He's clearly heading to market of some sort.
Okay. Cool.
Well, should we
Well,
follow his direction?
Yeah.
What? He said... Then wasn't it the other way? Or was it the way he was going?
No, he's going in the opposite direction. So he points.
Yeah.
He points basically
It's
the
down
way
the
he
alley
just
on
came. So basically, there's like an alley, a small alley on the left. Just keep walking down there.
Okay. Well, we'll follow that direction then. Remind me, where did he want us to leave the letter? It was in like in a post box or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Or-
there's a post box out the front.
Okay. Let's try and find this post box then.
Okay. So as you follow his instructions, and you see this like the nearest small alley that the guy directed you towards, you see there's quite a long sort of wiry sort of alley, and at the end there's just a small shack, like tiny, like almost like an outhouse.
And there's a post box. I just sorry.
No, you're just sort of stood outside the alley, but like looking down the alley, all you see is this sort of like little outhouse. There's no post box or anything.
Just go and knock on the door.
Let's
Actually, I'm not going to do that.
I'd say it can't hurt,
To
but
stay back.
I'm gonna brave it and just
No,
walk.
no. Let me go up first.
No.
Oh
You
my
make
god! So
it
what we're gonna
bundles
do
and
when we get?
first.
What we're gonna do when we get in there? What happens when they answer the door? What are we gonna say? Just give them
Oh,
the
give him
letter?
the letter.
say we have him.
If you want some work, are you gonna ask for some work? Like, just decide before we go. Just decide before we go.
I'm gonna give them the letter, and then I'm let fates decide what they want to do. So, gonna walk down and knock on the door of the shack, the big
Okay.
shack.
So as you begin to step down into the alley,
Let me sleep.
the light almost seems to just completely fade from the area. And as you walk closer and closer to the shack, like as you get closer and closer to it, it seems to get larger and larger. Like it begins to sort of almost like some sort of forced perspective thing as you walk closer and closer to it. And as you get to about halfway through the alley, what was sort of wooden, almost like horrible driftwood or sort of effect, turns into like stone, and then it shoots up into the sky higher and higher and higher. And as you get even closer, you look to the top, and it's like a massive tower.
What?
As you walk right up to it.
That's
Wow,
that's impressive.
that's some impressive magic. Gideon, why can't you do that?
Well, Mr. Dwarf, I'd love to be able to do that. It's amazing.
There's still no post box at the front.
Still no bloody post box. I guess we'll
Vondel, nothing's gonna make you that tall.
maybe one day.
Well, I'd say that. There's magic.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't see a
Anyway,
post
enough for
box.
insults.
I think this may be the place, though. Something tells me this might be it. Should we knock?
Suppose so.
Okay, well, I will knock on the door then.
There isn't a door.
Oh. I will... Is
I-
there anything around that
Can I do
might...
like an arcane check to see if there's anything going? Like
Yeah, you do it. Yeah, do an Arcana check.
arcana check.
Let's see how.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you do. Oh, very good. Okay, you recognise that there's probably there's almost certainly a way in, whether you can see a door or not.
Do I have a means to isolate or locate where that would be?
Probably not. But
Investigation.
you could just
outside.
knock. You could just sort of knock on the stone.
Alright, I knock on the stone.
Okay. As you sort of knock on the stone, you just hear like the whole tower, like almost like ring like a bell, like vroom, vroom. And after a little while, like a tiny piece of stone, like one of the little stone bricks, just starts to go. As somebody like takes it out, and you see an eye poke out of like a little hole.
Oh, hello! Hello!
There's no.
We have a letter!
It's just looking at you.
We have a letter!
The eye disappears, and then a hand comes out.
Here you go!
Takes the letter and snatches it, and then puts the thing back.
That was rude.
It's,
Do we
well,
wait?
we did.
Should we wait a minute?
I mean, we weren't looking for a return response.
No, I guess not.
I hope this was the right place. Otherwise, we just handed that letter to some random.
Right.
I mean-
yeah. So we're
Magical
gonna stay
hour.
5 minutes, right here, and in that 5 minutes, if you don't have a response, then we'll go.
why are you talking so loudly?
So they can hear.
It's a brick
Oh.
wall. I might not be able to hear through it.
I guess you'll have to knock again, Gideon, just to let them know.
No, just wait.
I don't know.
I think
I
we're.
don't know what we need to do. Is just leave it.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
we weren't told to do
he
anything
may
else.
come back.
I think
He
people in
may.
these matters are supposed to be discreet.
Yeah, I'd kind of like just to give it a minute.
Yeah, I said 5 minutes. So
Let's give it 5 minutes so we can discuss our plan of action while we're waiting for
Yes,
a potential
I would like
response.
All right.
Okay.
So this tournament, it's a good chance for us to make some coin.
Yeah. So they said it was about 4,000 gold last time.
Yes, that's a lot of that. That will set us up quite nicely for the future.
That is a lot, isn't it?
That's a lot of money. that will get us a very, very nice horse to accompany Clive, because we're keeping Clive.
Does anyone know if magic's allowed in this tournament?
I have not got a clue. If not, I would suggest you maybe sit this one out.
I really hope that magic is, because I mean, there's your kind of magic, there's my kind of magic, there's Morna's kind of magic, there's
Ritok doesn't really use magic.
frankly, Ritok's the only one here that doesn't.
Ritok may be the only one able
but-
to. I imagine
I mean, the way he takes those hits, I imagine that can't be just
You'd assume magic.
his skin.
Well,
I mean, I'm not too keen making my name a big deal around here. I'd
use a fake name. We're not
That's
going to
what
use our real names.
That's what I'm thinking, because
We'll be the Clive 5.
But that is a real name.
Well, the Clive 5, but it's not our actual names, is it?
Oh.
It's
It's
not.
our team name.
I
Yeah.
think as long as I think the issue with Gideon here, if I may speak for you, is that the reference to his old life, not his current one.
well, no, I mean, I still am a wanted criminal. As people after me.
Maybe we
especially
could get
around
you
here.
a disguise.
But they don't know you as a member of the Clive 5.
They won't know as a member.
That's true, but the second
Yeah.
they hear and there's some strange boy with a weird book, it's gonna look a bit funny, don't you think?
Why don't we get you a disguise?
Is it that rare?
Well, I mean,
A boy with a book?
I look at me. I'm wearing rags basically, and
It's
We'll
a
get
disguise.
some
We
nice
buy.
clothes.
We got money. We'll buy you a disguise.
I hold out my book, and it's quite ornate. Oh shit!
We get away with that.
I mean, we can get you some nicer clothes. We have
Just-
some.
Just buy you a wig.
I kind of like staying discreet. If we could maybe
That's
just
why I
buy
just.
some cloth to cover my book, that's probably what I'd need.
Okay.
Am I?
Oh,
Why don't you just get a new book and copy everything into the new one?
that's expensive, isn't it?
I don't
You
know.
didn't need magical ink and paper.
This book is it's different.
I think we need the kind of gold that from winning that tournament to be able to do that.
Yeah, I think we should definitely do it. Let's discuss it over a pint. We've been standing here a little while now, so I guess they're not
Have
coming
we
back.
been there 5 minutes waiting?
Yeah, there's no response.
Okay,
Okay. Well, it looks like they're not going to be.
Hey, didn't the mystery yesterday say that somebody might come to us if they need more work done?
Yeah.
So maybe they'll just come find us.
I imagine they are quite good at finding people. So, shall we go find that inn that was mentioned, and we'll try and get ourselves a room for the night, and then
Yes,
have a
maybe.
pint.
Head to the Mayhelm.
To the main home.
Guys, maybe we shouldn't go to the main helm. It's quite far away. Just there must be a pub nearby here we can surely go to.
Why don't you want to go
Nor
to
in
the
the
main
city.
helm, Gideon?
No real reason. Just-
Can I insight check Gideon?
Yeah.
That
Not
doesn't.
familiar.
You clearly don't believe him, so
No. Oh.
you do deception, Gideon.
Okay.
As far as you know, Gideon seems a bit shifty, but he's clearly not telling you the whole truth or whatever. But
Okay. Well,
maybe he's lying.
what do you think, Scrimshaw? I'd like to go to where it was mentioned personally.
I mean, it's near where the tryouts are, so you might be able to get some more information about the tournament.
I
mean, Gideon,
Let's go.
unless you have some real reason to not go there, if you do, then that's fine. And we can go somewhere else. But
It's nothing. It's fine. We can go.
Okay, let's head there.
okay.
Okay. So you make your way back down to the Canal District, and you start to see yourself, sort of surrounded by the sort of the poor. But as you come to this opening, in the sort of like ramshackle sort of shantytown area, there's a very large old sort of building, almost like the sort of same sort of style as in the old town, right in the centre of the Canal District. And it's the largest and sort of busiest inn in the whole of the Free Cities. It's quite famous. It's white facade, like painted, and black timber supports. You can see are quite cracking. And as you enter, and as you enter, you notice that the once red carpet is sort of now stained by like years of spilt ale, vomit, and spit. So,
my kind of place.
yeah. Behind the bar, 6 absolutely just stunning barmaids, like models tier, are like pulling pints for 5 or 6 older gentlemen who are sort of like gazing at them. And a bar duet in the corner is playing whatever tunes they're sort of asked, and there's a few people who are sat sort of gambling, smoking, laughing, drinking, etc.
Can I just make concerned effort to hide my book somehow?
Yep. Mm-hmm. You
Okay.
can put in your robes or whatever you want.
I would like to approach the bar.
I'm not.
Hey, now what can I do for you?
Hello there. Do you have any rooms for tonight?
We always have rooms here.
Ah, lovely. Does everyone want to share a room? Anyone want their own room?
I don't care.
I'm good to share.
I'm.
I would actually like my own room for tonight. I wish
Okay,
to do
well-
a bit of.
We do a bunch of different kinds of rooms. So we have four sort of different types. We have the standard single. We have double rooms. We have sort of group rooms, and then we also have the penthouse at the top floor.
Okay. I'll take the basic room, but you guys can have whatever room you'd like.
What, and it's on you?
I'm not buying your room. I'll take what were the room options again?
There's the single room. There's a double room. There's the group room, which can hold up to 6 people, and then there's the penthouse on the top floor.
How much is the single room?
That will be 2 gold a night. 2 silver, sorry.
Okay. I will take that then, please. And then
Please
you
do.
guys can pick your own room.
How much for a group room?
A group room will cost you a gold a night.
Okay, and that'll fit 4 of us.
6.
Yeah. It fits up to 6.
Okay, well, is everyone else okay with that?
Yeah, I'm not picky. Like
It's just like 3 sort of bunk beds.
Okay, we'll take one of those then, please.
Okay.
And I'll chuck them the gold.
Okay. Yeah. So there's like a few people chatting around. Somebody comes up to you like as you're sort of sat by the bar and says, "You want to play a game of Rana?"
yeah.
A game of what, sorry?
Rana.
Ranha. Never heard of it.
How do you play? Do we have to bet money?
Yes, it's a betting game.
No, I won't play.
Rana's a dwarven game.
I don't actually. Alex doesn't actually know what that is. So.
Yeah. It's a game I made. It's like the dwarves like to play it, but as a paladin, you probably don't gamble much.
Nah,
you know.
not for me, thank you. But thank you for your kind offer.
Right, no problem. What about you? And looks at Scrimshaw and sort of just like squints his eyes and then just says,
Maybe another time.
"Right, well, whatever." And he sort of looks at Gideon and he says, "You're too young." He turns around and walks off.
Watch out for them. They seemed a bit shifty.
What's random, Mr. Dwarf?
Gambling game. Don't get involved in it. You'll lose all your money.
Alright, got that much anyway.
Exactly, and that's why we're not playing. Because they're probably very good at it, and we probably won't have any money by the end of the night.
Plus, having twice as much money is not twice as good as having as much money as you have. But having no money is a lot more than half as good as what you've got.
Yep, that.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
quote that.
I would quote that, but I'm not entirely sure what you just said. Okay.
Guys, got 12 days?
12 days?
Before, but what kind of
We'll
things?
find some work. We need to mine some more money if we're going to be staying here for that amount of time.
Wasn't, Fondo, wasn't there a group of people you were gonna go see here?
I believe there was a holy church or something that was mentioned to me that I could go visit. I'll do that in the morning though. It's might be a bit late to do that now.
Yeah, of course.
I need to have some time alone tonight anyway. Think about things.
We should perhaps go and inquire about the details of the tournament as well. I know it's a little way away, but if it's right, what did it say when the actual tournament would be? I know it said tryouts are on the 35th. But...
If the prize fund that they mentioned is accurate, I imagine there's going to be a lot of people signing up, so it's probably worth getting our names down sooner rather than later.
Of course.
Okay. What kind of time is it? What kind of time?
Probably maybe it's about 6. It's not super late yet.
Okay. I'd like to get some more drinks down me then.
Okay.
Or how much of the how much of the drinks, bar lady?
Well, we just do drinks. You can just set up a tab and it'll cost you a gold a night, and you can just have as much as you want.
A gold a night for as much as I like. Can I pretend
we get
Ritox
many
here?
of
'Cause
our-
I imagine he likes to drink.
Sorry?
Can I pretend Ritox here? Because I imagine he likes to drink.
Yeah.
Can I get him to pay half of that?
Oh, well,
I assume it's a gold ahead.
yeah, it's a gold ahead. You can't like have a gold and then just share out drinks everywhere.
Just one gold, and there's like, everyone, drinks on me!
Alright, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'll set up that tab and have as much as I like. So I'm like, 4 pints, please.
She says, "All right." So she starts pulling pints, and yeah, so you get them. And as you're sort of all beginning to settle in for the night, you see a few people come in, like quite shady-looking guys, and they just immediately go behind the bar and in around a corner. There's sort of like maybe 5 or 6 people. One's quite tall and quite old. And they just zoom straight in and go into the back of the bar. And barmaids just don't. Everyone just ignores.
I'm really like I imagine Vondel's like at least 8 pints drink now, like deep now. So can he just drunk? Who were they?
Should we roll off my chart?
Do you want me to roll a Constitution saving, bro?
Well, you're drunk if you're just going to be drinking. But what we can do is we can see what happens to you.
Okay.
All right, roll me a D100.
I know they have resistance to poison damage.
I have
imagine
resistance to poison, yeah.
Kind of carries over into just generally being good with alcohol.
Roll me a D20 now.
And I'm also like a dwarf, so I know it's not in the book of being.
Well, I mean that's
where the poison resistance.
Yeah, the poison resistance is kind of part of that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So throughout the night, this sort of woman comes onto you, and after maybe an hour of talking, everyone watches as Vondel just slaps her on the face, and the woman storms off.
I'm a paladin, you can't do that. I'm.
What time is it at the mat?
It's like 8.
I just turned by another one.
I think you may have had enough tonight, darling.
Maybe the next one should be a water. Maybe let yourself.
I paid for the unlimited things.
The barmaid sort of just winks at Scrimshaw as she hands another sort of thing to Vondel.
Lovely. Oh, vodka!
I don't think you can tell, but it's just full of water. At this point, you're just too drunk to know.
I'm not a big fan of spirits, but vodka will do.
Scrimshaw, yeah, so as you guys begin to just sort of enjoy the revelry of the night, people around you sort of dancing, singing, throwing ale all across the place, you suddenly, as you look down, Scrimshaw, you begin to see a sort of slight blue sort of frosted shimmer appear on the table. Initially small, about the size of a coin, it sort of catches the glow of the candles around the area, and as you sort of begin to inspect it, whilst everyone else is just doing their own thing, it just suddenly just spreads across the whole wooden surface, just jaggedly sort of zipping through the wood grains, making the whole top of the table look just completely frozen. And within the matter of moments, it just reaches the edge of the table and just begins to snake down the legs. And upon reaching the floor, suddenly the whole world just shifts, and a sort of sense of absolute sheer silence surrounds you as all the people who were previously laughing and dancing moments before are just suddenly gone. You, for the first time, just feel a sort of cold shiver down your back as you notice like a sort of cloud of frosted breath comes out of your mouth, startling you as obviously you don't breathe. You clasp your hands on your face sort of almost in horror to examine where this came from, and you just suddenly feel like human skin, like a human mouth, and then you inspect your hands, and then you notice that you have like human hands. In the far corner of the bar, there's sort of a shadow flickering, and sort of almost inviting you over.
I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna try and cast prestidigitation, see if I can do anything.
Okay. What do you want to try and do?
Just like a little spark or something. Basically, just to check if this is still me.
As you cast it, almost like a little puff of like almost frosted sort of like energy sort of comes off like.
I'm gonna just like very slowly start walking over, but just
as you get closer to the shadow and it sort of is beckoning you, it begins to slowly move towards the door behind the bar, before it sort of disappears out of eyeshot. Eyeshot, is that the word? I don't know.
I will. I'm gonna try and summon my greatsword.
Okay, you summon it, but you notice that almost like the greatsword has a sort of like wispy sort of after effect as you move it around in your hand. Sort of almost it's like cutting through almost like the air is so thick, almost like slime, and you can sort of see a little trail as you cut through it.
Okay, I'm gonna sheath it because I don't know if I'm actually moving around in real life. I don't want to start cutting people down. Yeah, I'm just going to slowly kind of go forward and follow the trail.
Okay.
But I'm going to cast like Mage Hand out in front of me.
Okay. Yeah, sort of like, but like you notice that the sort of Mage Hand that you cast, like it has a trail following it, so you can just see where it is at all times. You know.
I'm going to like have that sort of like feel its way through the trail a bit.
Okay, so as you sort of follow the shadow down into the basement of the Mayhelm, you see the shadow begin to curl around, and it starts to circle around a small girl who's just floating about 5 feet above the ground. She's sort of no older than 6 or 7, and she just smiles at you. And you notice her skin is like really clammy and grey, and the sort of the shadow is sort of almost like curling around her like a sort of like a pet.
I draw my greatsword out.
She sort of laughs like like sort of giggles and sort of floats like slowly towards you and just like prods you in the chest.
What are you okay?
She says, gift.
Gift?
Gift.
I take out a small length of rope, tie it into a bow, and put it on her head. she sort of floats back and sort of laughs, and she sort of shakes her head, and she goes up to you and she says, "You gift." I am the gift.
And she nods and she says, "No gift for free." And poof, suddenly you're just back in the Mayhelm, as you're just sat at the table, and everyone's just like laughing and doing their own thing around you, and you're just sort of sat there, just like
Scrimshaw. What
no
are you doing?
no one's noticed. Scrimshaw doing anything. Like it's almost like you sort of just zoned out for a moment and just now you're back.
Sometimes I wish I could drink.
Just hand you a pipe.
What was that, Scrimshaw?
Oh, we'll talk about it when we get to the room later.
Talk about what?
I'll bring it up later.
Alright then. You look really weird. I mean, even for you.
Just gonna like start like touching myself. Not in that way. kind of like test for temperature.
Yeah, you notice your hands are sort of back to the sort of wooden creation that it was before.
Is it any different temperature-wise than normal?
No, I don't suppose you really can feel much temperature stuff, and like you're quite cold anyway. I'd assume so. Like you don't have like a human warmth.
Yeah. Okay.
It's almost like just touching like a wooden like broom or something.
I think I might have seen what gives me my power.
Your power? What do you mean?
Can I hear them talking? Or am I just too far away?
You're too fucking drunk.
No.
You're like talking to some like random person at the bar about like what the difference is between dwarven ale and human ale. It's like the guy's like pretending to care.
I'm telling you, it's better. When you're up north, let me know. and I'll.
Look, people, it's one thing why I am, but like, people don't take too kindly to this. I'd really appreciate if we could wait till we're in our room to go over this.
Fine. I say fine and just get up and just start going to the room.
Morning. Oh, she's gone quick.
Well, I guess it's time Vondel goes to bed. Look at him. Can Ritok, can you give me a hand?
Yeah, alright.
Gideon, how are you feeling after earlier?
I just really forgot something.
Wait, come back, I want to heal you. You see like the lay on hands kind of thing, like the hand reaching out. Come back!
I'm gone.
Vondel, I think
I'm gone.
It's well into the early hours of the morning. I think they're about to close up. We best get off to bed.
Okay. Good night, lassies. I'll see you in the morning for breakfast.
Goodbye!
Goodbye.
Okay.
They're like weirdly cheery.
Ritok mostly doing the carrying.
Where's my room? I bought my own room.
Yeah, Ritok sort of tucks you into bed. There you go.
Good night, Ritok.
Alright, did everyone else come up to our room?
Mm-hmm.
Gideon as well?
I go into the bedroom. Yes, I go into the bedroom.
Okay.
I thought I was gonna have a extra bit on the end.
Well,
Are you considering an extra bit and then decided against it?
no, I don't know. Hold on. I don't know how to. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, go on.
Okay, so go into the room. We'll sit down. While we were down there, I had, I guess, a vision. I don't know. It seemed real. I was cold. I was human. There was a little girl in the basement.
Whoa.
She was floating. She had these shadows wrapping around her. She said that my gift wasn't free.
Did she give you a gift?
I suspect that she may have something to do with, well, the fact that I can, just like do some sparks, whatever, can, do this.
Oh,
How did you get that in the first place? I just assumed
I've always had it.
Since you were made? Or excuse me, if that's unfair to say.
That's fine. I'm not sensitive about these things. Yeah, ever since I was created, I've been able to do it.
Oh. Well, I mean,
not to much worse of a degree than when you met me.
Do you feel that's okay? Does it hurt? Because it seems weird that it's not something you chose or could do.
I feel fine. Ever since I left the lab, I guess I feel like I'm training slightly, but I don't know. It's only very slight. It might just be in my head.
Mona, do you have any experience of anything like this?
No. It's
Would
very weird. What's your?
Would I know anything about like standard warlocks and patrons and such? Deals with devils and demons and stuff.
Not to a massive degree, but you probably have heard stories or whatever.
Where do you get your magic from? Do you not learn it?
It just comes to me.
How?
I had to learn it. Oh.
I have an
That's not fair. That's studying to learn my magic. No, for God's sake.
Years. It took me about 2 weeks and a night.
Yeah, alright. Well, I can't only do magic.
Yeah, we're not
I don't
Mega
flop
Man.
around at the back of a fight like you do.
Hey, hold on. I'm young, I've got brittle bones, I'm
Yeah.
just skin and flesh. I can't do any of the fancy stuff you can do. You can hop in and out and it's incredible.
Thanks.
mean, plus, like, this Gideon's magic is it's a little more sophisticated than what I can do. Things I can do are it's more augmentations for fighting like a normal person than.
So you just like woke up one day, and
Wait, have I not told you how I was born?
no, I know you were made. Sorry if that was offensive.
Maid's fine.
Yeah, I know you're produced.
I'm not comfortable about produced.
Okay.
Don't know why.
Sorry.
Makes me sound like a product. Which I guess.
You're basically Woody.
I was. Kind of was a product. I mean, it would have been sold. I think I would have been sold if I was any better.
Where did you wake up?
In my master's lab. He created me, and I was a big old disappointment. In the middle of, in the forest near to where I met you.
Oh.
Well, maybe 50 miles or so away.
Try to get you back.
Well, I mean, he left. Some years went by and he didn't return, so I decided to go searching. Kind of worried about him, to be honest. He was quite powerful, and if something's taken him, and if something's preventing him from returning, then that must be quite a threat.
So I feel like you and your people. Sorry, that's offensive. Is it like? Does that mean your creature's like your dad?
It's complicated. I wouldn't say so. He created me, but it wasn't to be his child.
What was it for then?
Well, the others that he created, they tended to be a bit stronger than me, but they would, we'd do tests on them, and then he would leave with them, and maybe a few months later, he'd come back with bags full of metal coins and materials.
Did he sell them to slaves? As slaves?
He wouldn't tell me. Any hint of trying to ask what he was doing them was not met well.
But maybe your brothers and sisters.
I mean, hold on a minute, Mona. This guy, you're telling him all his brothers and sisters have been slaved.
Well, that is
they
what
weren't.
It seems happens.
I don't know. They often weren't quite the same. They were. I guess they varied a bit. Some of them had a bit more personality, but there was always something a bit. I don't know. There was always something a little bit wooden to them. Like they didn't quite grasp what a person was supposed to be.
Did they do magic too?
I don't think so.
Oh.
But they were bigger. Well, some of them were bigger and stronger. Some of them were faster. There were very few like me, and the ones that were they didn't make it to. They didn't make it to the end.
I'd tell you what we should do, Scrimshaw, and Mona, you're welcome to join us. But based on your aptitude with the old books, you can leave it up to yourself. But maybe we should go to the library and see if we can find something about your magic and what you are, maybe.
So,
by all means.
Do you like? So you know when Vondrel does his smiting, he like calls on someone. Is it his god? We don't know what god, which one. Oh, I have no idea. Hopefully it's one of the the true gods. Yeah.
Well,
So,
clearly
I think it might be the god of alcohol at this point.
is it like that? Like, does someone do the magic for you? Through your fingers?
The way it feels, I can only go off of how it feels, is like if I stay in one place and sit still for a while, it just sort of collects inside my chest. And from there I'm able to release it in various forms.
Well, when I do magic, which, by the way, Gideon, I can actually do magic. You've just never seen me do it.
Nah. Hey, I'm sure you can. We'll just
cast darkness over his eyes.
It's like a massive cube, right?
Oh, right. Okay, I don't do that. I thought I could say how big it was. Can I not?
I don't think so, unless it specifically says. Like, you can't. Like, spells with an AoE, you can't just choose how big they are.
Oh, no. Otherwise, Fireball would be ridiculous. I mean, it's something like so few spells.
Fire dot.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll cast Silence over Gideon.
Don't you mean?
And I'm just gonna stare at him and
More like,
I'm gonna tell Scrimshaw what I've done and like shout at Gideon. Get him to shout while I concentrate, and I just stare.
I'd like tackle her.
Okay, so you guys chat away the night and eventually go to sleep. But Gideon, once you're confident that they have, I mean, Scrimshaw isn't asleep. Sort of like kind of powered down, but you wanted to try and sneak out.
Yeah. So I want to leave the room and try not to wake them, obviously.
I will know.
That's fine. Do you react?
No. You're allowed to go to the toilet. Do whatever.
That's a good
You're
point.
your own man.
I leave the room.
Okay.
And I take out my spell book. Can I just like cast one of those little luminescent orbs just to kind of light the book quickly?
Sure. You have to sort of cover it a little bit. It's quite bright.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Also,
Also,
house.
if I may add, Vondel is not asleep. He's very much awake and walking around his room stupidly drunk.
Can I hear him?
Kind of talking to himself.
Can I hear him?
I don't know, can he hear Vondel?
Not
being that loud.
No, not really. No.
It's not being that loud.
That's just that'd be quite funny.
He's just kind of muttering things to himself that nobody should probably hear.
So I get my book out and I go to the I look at the front cover and I really try and look at it.
Mhm.
And I go 3 lions walking to a path from May. And then on the notes page I open up and go, Kaya mentioned an elder box meeting in the May Helm. Okay. So I close my book and I go try and sneak down into the entrance where the 5 shady figures went down and tried to open the door.
Okay, it's locked.
Okay. Is there a lock on the door?
Yes.
Can I use my thieves' tools to try and open it?
Yeah, sure. Give me a these tools check if you're proficient with them.
I am, yeah.
Okay, good.
Attribute to be what?
It's basically dexterity. Add your proficiency modifier.
Okay. So 17 plus my proficiency modifier.
That's it. It's got it. I think.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You click. The door opens.
Alright.
Reveal sort of it's like a few stairs going down into a basement. But you can't really see much. It's quite dark.
Okay. I turn off my light.
Okay.
And begin to try and go down the stairs as quiet as I possibly can.
I didn't notice him, did I?
No. Okay, yeah, you go downstairs, and you're sort of in the sort of where they keep most of the kegs stuff. There's a couple of doors, maybe to your left and to your right, and then there's the stairs going back up.
Okay, I want to check for magic on this bottom floor.
Okay, are you going to use a spell slot?
I will use a spell slot.
Okay. You can sort of sense a sort of magical, all sorts of magical stuff coming from the door on the left. Not just one particular kind, like a whole bunch. Evocation, enchantment, divination, quite a lot.
I go in. I'll go at the very least approach the door.
Okay. You can sort of hear like a little like a few people talking inside.
Because I have observant.
Mhm.
You can. Oh no, that's different. Ignore me. That's for lip reading.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can I try and listen into the conversation?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Brilliant.
You hear somebody saying, Kaya, we have bad news from the Arcanum in Lavar. He says, what is it? The man says, they think they found where the location of the Elder Box is. And Kaya says, isn't that what we wanted? And he says, yes, but the Tempest Brand is getting there first. And Kaya sort of stands up. You hear a shuffling, and Kaya starts to say, whatever must be done, we must get hold of that. The knights did not die for nothing. We need that. We need it. And then you sort of hear him start to like come towards the door.
Can I cast invisibility on myself?
Yeah.
So I have.
Yeah, make a stealth check with advantage.
I have advantage on. I have proficiency in
yeah.
stealth checks as well.
That's fine. Yeah. So you turn invisible, and the door swings open, and you sort of step back and like sort of bump into one of the kegs, and Kaya walks out, and the keg is like rocking, and Kaya like turns and sees this keg rocking, and he sort of squints his eyes, and then he sort of shakes his head and walks off.
Oof.
So I'd say not going to get taken again.
This time, no one knows where he's gone. Yeah, so you're sort of sat there, and then you can sort of peek in and see a couple of men sat there, and they say, after Kaya, the figure who walked out, it was Kaya, is like the tall guy you saw sneaking in there earlier, and a couple of people who you recognize as now they're wearing cloaks from the Arcanum in Lavar, the College of Magic, and they're sort of saying to each other, I wonder what he's planning on doing.
Just out of muttering a second, Kaya is the same Kaya who...
Kaya Calco, yeah.
We've been told
leader of the Black Hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know I recognise the name.
I had to look through my notes.
Oh yeah, it says Kaya. Oh, it says that in my notes. Kaya Calco. Leader of Black Hand. Wanted to use and focus on the town of Pessa instead of that marathon. Oh, it's right there.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? Just keep listening to them, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep on going. I mean.
Okay, make another stealth check then.
Stealth check. Here we go.
Okay, you still have advantage. So, the wizards sort of are talking to each other, and they keep mentioning references to this Elder Box. They don't actually explicitly say what it is. Though one of them says, I've got to actually get my notes that I didn't expect to use this session out. So hang on a second.
Okay, I'm just going to grab a little drink.
Yeah, that's fine.
We should have seen Vondel's praying first. I want to see that.
Yeah, he says. Oh, that's my Tomb of Annihilation notes. That's not more. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Yeah, he says. He says, if we don't get hold of the Elder Box, then Neruzatar will, and if he gets it, then that would be worse than an Inquisitor getting the hold of it.
Back.
No, the wizard.
That's a Neruzatar spell.
Okay, yeah, the wizard said it would be even worse if this fella got hold of the box.
Yeah, then even the Tempest Brand.
Then the
basically.
Tempest Brand, sorry, yeah. That's not a name we've come across. Is it a name I might know about?
No.
No. Okay, that's fine. Okay, like you said that there was lots of magical signatures coming from the room. Is that just the two people?
It's stuff they're wearing under their cloaks,
Right. Brilliant.
like rings, all sorts of things.
High level.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, what do you want to do?
Well, I think I'm gonna return because it's been a little while, and
Okay.
I don't know if I'd know that Scrimshaw was still awake or paying attention at the very least. So.
Okay,
I think I mentioned previously that I remain.
Sorry, say that again.
I think I mentioned in a previous conversation with the party that I remain conscious while I am
That's right.
sleeping.
Okay. So you return, you slink back to your room, and get back into bed, and the night progresses. Okay, is that all right?
Yep.
Okay.
Still
Right.
visible when you come back in.
Oh, no, yeah, I would have taken it down. Did Vondel pray that night, or do we see that or not?
Well, I wasn't praying, but he was saying things
Oh, right.
to himself.
Right. Okay. So the next day, you all are reintroduced to each other. Vondel with surprisingly not much of a hangover as a dwarf.
No, he's very, very used to this.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
He doesn't
comes
really
out,
get them.
Like bright and early, he's like getting some bacon and eggs as you guys slink down the stairs. He's like,
Oh, hello! Good morning, then.
Oh, you're not dead.
No? Why?
Far from it.
How many?
Far from.
How many hit dice do I get back? Is it half my level?
Half.
yeah,
Half rounded up.
rounded. Ooh.
But we
On a
probably
very
would
few
have long
things.
rested in between the travel between.
Yeah, you had 3 days of travel. So you'd have-
Yeah, we
Oh.
should definitely. Yeah, should just be completely sort of.
Whoops.
Well, but she might have used. Oh yeah, from there to here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Well, how was everyone's night?
Good. Good. How was yours?
Yeah. Oh.
Mine was
yes,
uneventful.
We had a good chat. Oh, okay. Yeah, we didn't chat about anything.
Well, oh, sorry. I meant after that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a little. Yeah, we did have a little chat.
What about?
Yeah, we'll fill you on. Maybe we'll just give you a TLDR. Basically, can we just
what?
can we just
Yes.
skip over the TLDR?
Yeah.
So yeah, I now know everything.
Yeah. Mhm.
But maybe simplified for Vondel brain.
Would Vondel know about warlocks? Because he's a paladin?
Yeah, not really. Like, there's no evidence that actually, like, warlocks are a proper thing as such. They're just like, it's like a very loose umbrella term of anyone who basically gets
I'd be careful
like,
with that.
methods other than learning them or just innately having them. Like, it's just an umbrella term. It could mean anything, basically.
Doesn't sound good. Bacon? Oh wait, you don't
Sure.
Not for me.
I'll take the bacon that is offered.
enjoy.
Thanks.
Mr. Dwarf, how are you cooking this bacon?
I bought it.
Oh, you bought it. Okay, sorry.
Well, there's a sort of like bed and breakfast style.
I've made a little fire on the floor.
That's what I was wondering.
In the middle of the inn.
He's like burning his room. It's like beds in all ablaze because he's been using it as a little wood pit.
What is included in a fry up in this part of the world? Do they have soda bread?
What?
What's
It's a
considered
Northern
a
Irish
fry up?
thing.
Oh, I see. Right. It's mostly very continental breakfast.
Bit tasty.
Continental but tasty. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what we can do. Whatever you guys want to do, just for the last.
Do we want to go and sign up for the fight contenders thing?
Well, it's still 11 days. Well, it's 11 days till tryouts, but I don't know if we have to
might.
sign up beforehand.
Well, should we go investigate maybe?
Yeah,
Just if we're able to sign up.
Let's maybe find out what type of stuff they've fought, so we can practice.
And what the rules are.
Yeah, that's important.
Okay, we'd like to head over to where the sign-ups are, I guess.
Okay, so you make your way towards the Aquanaeum, which is a sort of it stands about 80 feet high, and it's made out of painted white sort of sandstone blocks, but it's sort of placed so it's just over the crossing of two canals, and you can sort of see that the canals actually go through the Colosseum, the Aquanaeum, and yeah, by the sort of the front gate, a few people are looking at the posters that have been put up, but it's advertising the Contenders Tournament tryouts on the 35th day of spring. So approaching the front of the whoever's working there or whatever, you can ask them a question.
Hello, we were looking to sign up for the tournament.
Getting a bit ahead of yourself, are you?
Yeah,
we'd like to learn a bit about it first, of course.
What the rules are.
Okay, well, there's a singles tournament, and then there's a group tournament, and then we'll do the tryouts where you'll fight against just whatever really we have. And if you do well and you are exciting and the crowd likes you, we'll put you in the main tournament.
Okay. Any rules on what can be used in terms of weapons or?
Not really. I would recommend that you stock up on consumables if you need them.
So there's no magic ban?
No. As long as you're not firing fireballs in the crowd or anything.
During the actual tournament, would there be any consumables provided for the contestants?
Only if you make it through the tryouts.
Which I'm sure we will. Is there any entry fee, or is it just...
20 gold pieces as an entry fee for the tryout.
Okay.
Is that for both the singles and the groups?
Yes.
I think we sign up as a group anyway. We fight better together.
Thank you.
Did you ask about magic?
Yes.
I did.
Yeah.
Did you say there was a singles one as well?
Sorry, I'm so tired.
Did you say there was a singles competition?
Yes.
Do you think
the
Ritek
singles
would want
number.
to sign up for a single?
Potentially.
Well,
are the singles and the groups on different days?
Yes, and you can sign up all the way up until the day of the tryouts as well. So if you change your mind or you want to sign up again,
We could just do both.
I mean, it's 20 gold pieces each if it's for the singles.
Maybe.
I don't have that kind of money.
Well, I do.
Yeah, so it's 20 gold pieces for a
probably.
group, and then it's 20 gold pieces for a singles.
Hey, I'm sure we can find ways to get money in the next week and a half. This is birth.
We can afford the group activity,
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
but we can't afford to enter the singles. Let's what do we want to do? Sign up now as a group, or
No, we'll sign up.
Are we able
later.
to sign up now?
Yeah, you can if you want.
Now, let's sign up later,
Oh.
so make sure. Because what happens if we need to go somewhere else and we've wasted our money?
That's true. Sorry, did you say when the actual be?
So the tryouts, it depends how many people try out. But we like to try and put the main tournament on the 50th day of spring.
okay? We've got
The tryouts will be. Hopefully, they won't be longer than that.
Can I look to see if anyone's signed up for the event already? Is there like a board or something, like groups on it?
There's like a whole bunch of stuff. There is a board, but not really many people have signed up.
No, but there's nothing we'd recognise that we've heard passing. Right?
No, not yet. There's maybe like 2 names on there so far. Like pretty much like this is the day that they've opened up the,
We'll come back. Let's go see if we can find some other work. I don't suppose you've heard anything going in the local vicinity? Anything need doing?
Well, I know that there's. I mean, probably not really the right person to ask, but there's rumors and stuff around. There are rumors in the Canal District.
I suppose there's bounty boards anywhere.
Yeah, that'll be in the main helm, really.
Should we head back to the main helm to have a look at the bounty board?
Me and Scrimshaw and Mona, if you want to, we're gonna head off to the library. We got some reading to do. It's pretty.
Well, I
pretty
can't
important.
read, so there's not much point me going with you.
Well, if you want to go get work for us while we're doing that,
I can have a look around on my own. That'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll head back to the main helm then and see if I can pick up some work for the group.
Okay. Alright, we'll do the library first. Yeah, sure, I'll let them know.
Cool.
So, okay, so...
do you want to do that? Are we doing? How long we got?
It's
We'll
fine.
do the library and then this, and then we'll... So you go to the archives, which is the actual name of it, and it's this large, shiny. So the archives are here. It's like here. This is the archives and magisterium, where you see this like nice marbled, shiny sort of building, and I don't know what ambient music do I have.
I want to take Gideon just to the side and be like, you need to keep your head down here because there might be, people, mages and stuff.
That's a really good point. I don't think going visible would help. I'll just pull my head down.
Yeah.
If you guys do the talking, especially you, Mona. I'm not sure if Scrimshaw will be taken too kindly here.
Okay, so
Oh,
you climb the shiny. Yeah, you climb the shiny marble steps up to the entrance of the archives. The large reinforced wooden door is open, and it opens into a very quiet corridor, which begins to guide you to the left. Okay. So as you walk down it, you actually hear a woman's voice around the corner ahead, which is, "Basil, stop that!" And then you hear a man's voice. "If you want access to the book again, you know what you need to do." And as you sort of round the corner, you see a handsome man with like long blonde parted hair. Maybe he's about 20 years old. And he's sort of holding onto the chin of a short brown-haired teenage girl who's carrying a couple of like leather books under her arms. He lets go of the girl upon seeing you, and she slinks away. And he calls after her, "I'll see you tonight then." He turns to you, and you see that he's wearing this brightly coloured clothes of a noble underneath the magister's cloak. "I love the new ones," the man says to you, sort of chuckling to himself as he walks behind a desk, sitting down. "How can I help you?"
Mona.
Joanne?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just not speaking. I don't know what to say.
So, do you work here?
As he's talking to the other person, Scrimshaw is talking, I want to try and sneak off a little bit and see what's up with this girl. What happened?
There's not really any way you can sneak off. He's like looking at you.
Yeah, but I just want to go back
Or
out.
just casually walk away?
Casually walk away, not worse.
Okay. So replying to Scrimshaw says, "Well, yes, I'm the I allow people into the archives. Yes. What are you doing here?"
Well, we're just in search of some knowledge. We came to what we thought would be the best library in the town to find that.
I see. And you don't seem like magisters.
No, we're not. We're just keen to learn.
And he calls after. He sees Morna like casually walking off. He says, Excuse me, darling.
Triggered.
You should know your place and stay away from the Magisterium.
Oh, was she heading into the Magisterium? Sorry, in my head I thought she was going back to where we came, like round down the corridor.
No, she was sort of heading off, like into the main building.
Oh, okay. Oh god, he called me darling.
But we'll talk about that later.
You could take the chaotic action here and punch him.
Yeah, but then we'll never get in.
Some guy in Aldi called Joanne darling earlier.
We'll talk about it later.
Anyway, yeah. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna tell him. Don't patronize me by calling me darling. Very angrily.
Oh, I'm sorry, he says. I didn't know that you were a feisty one. I like that. What would you like? You'd like to come into the archives? You'd like to, perhaps, put away thousands of years' knowledge into your heads without doing any work to get it, I suppose?
Yes.
Well, frankly, we don't really know what the process is for that here. We're new to the area.
Who put you in charge?
As far as we knew, we thought this was just a library. Which
Who put
He
you
sort of
in
chuckles.
charge?
Who put me in charge?
Yeah.
Grand Magister Castian Gilpros, of course.
Where's he?
He's in the Magisterium.
Where's that? That's here, right?
Yeah. It's like upstairs, basically.
I want to see him.
You want to see the Grand Magister? I'm afraid not. Anyway, I'll let you in. I like you. But we'll keep it in the hush hush, shall we?
I like you, darling.
How about 5 gold pieces, and I'll let you in.
Yeah, I come forward with 5 gold pieces.
No. What?
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Okay.
I suppose you understand that there is no magic allowed. The archives have a field around it where you cannot use magic, especially magic for light. So you need to bring a candle in with you. Do you have a candle with you?
Is it not lit in there?
No, of course not. Light affects the parchment very, very harshly. Some of these tomes in there are very, very old indeed.
Yeah, I've got a torch, but we're fine.
Oh no, not a torch, silly. A candle. And he sort of opens up a thing. Here, take that, and it's like a sort of like quite a long red candlestick. That will be part of the 5 gold. There you go.
Well, thank you.
Okay. And he opens up the door and he says, "Make sure you're quiet." And as he opens the door, it's like pitch black in there. And he says, and he sort of like pinches the sort of the tip of the candle, and like a little like sort of almost like red light shines off it.
Can't believe you gave him that many. Right.
So, as you begin to walk down inside the thing, you sort of hear the rustling of people reading books, and you slink into it, and you see shelves and shelves of books like around you. And as you begin walking around, you hear like sort of stamping coming closer to you.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around.
Yeah.
You see 2 magisters who are carrying like covered lanterns, and they say, "Put down the candle! Put down the candle! Put it out! Put it out!"
Okay, snuff out.
You snuff out the candle, and then they come up to you and they just like grab you, and then a few more come, and they say, "You brought a candle into the archives. Do you want to burn the whole place down?"
We were given it upon entry.
They say, they huff, and they say, "We have to take you to the Grand Magister for this."
Oh no.
And that's where we'll stop.
Oh shit.
I should have just gone with my torch.
I was thinking as we came in, like, candle, really? Like,
Me too, but I was like, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to.